Welcome to Orsini's Uncensored Mind, and now your host, AJ Orsini.
How the hell is everybody out there? This is your boy, your main man, your job soul brother from another mother. This is your host of Orsini's Uncensored Mind, and as a good friend of mine just said the other day on the social medias, we will never move on, but we will definitely move forward. I have had quite a 2-week process here in my life. I have lost friends. I have been bombarded with schoolwork. My son puked on me the other day. It's been a wonderful 2 weeks. But we are here today to talk positivity, or at least I hope we're here to talk positivity, because we are continuing the tradition here at Orsini's Uncensored Mind, and we are having ourselves a WWE Survivor Series round table. I am so fortunate today to have three, not one, not two, but three very good friends of mine here today to discuss all the goings-ons of this weekend. We are recording this Saturday afternoon, so a Takeover has not happened yet. So no spoilers on our end. Survivor Series is tomorrow. And I think this is one of the most anticipated Survivor Series in a long time. So we're going to get into that. Of course, my guests here today. He is a good man. He does not like murder. We've established this on the show. He's very anti-murder.
No murder.
That's not letting going away.
No, that's never going away. No, he's very anti-murder, very against it. Very against
well, murder is bad.
Yeah, exactly. Murder is there. It is. The fact that you haven't created a T-shirt for that yet is a crime.
I should probably
murder is bad.
Doing things.
But he is also the founder and owner of ToBeSeen.com, in which you've heard the commercials here on the show before. Also had me on recently for Comic Conversation.
That's right.
One of the highest rated episodes.
Highest watched ever, too. Longest watched, too. It's longest episode ever.
That's right. You guys are welcome.
You definitely could come through.
You're all welcome for that. My
What you doing the 12th?
Yeah, but of course, I'm talking to the founder himself. I'm talking to Joe Pombo. Thank you for being on the show.
Pombo with the power. Feel the power of positivity.
So apparently all of my guests are doing their own opening promos. We're going to switch it down to the man in the middle here. He is the internet's the worst enemy. He is
Ladies hate him.
King Troll himself.
No, I've been calmed down a lot. I've calmed down
You
a
have
lot.
in your older years. And
Yes.
as you've matured. And
But I know how to sophisticatedly troll people now. It's just sophistication.
I get in your
I'm
head.
older. I'm not like rough around the edges anymore.
Yes, I'm
I
here.
pick my poisons and
I'm
pick
here
my
with
spots.
the immortal, the nefarious Matty Ming. He's in the house. He's back after my 2-year anniversary.
Women, face me, women, face me.
Face me. He says with his hands, face me to his chest.
No, I really want a woman to come on this show and face me, and we could debate about politics.
You're laying the open challenge, right?
Yeah,
Any female.
we could date about politics. We could talk about politics, wrestling, mathematics, anything, and I will beat you to a pulp.
I really just want Ming and one female and me just to meet.
Women ruin everything.
I think that would be great. I really think
Listen. I'll be honest. Women ruin everything.
Not sex, though.
Not sex. But look at Ghostbusters.
Some women do.
Look
come
at
on, that wasn't
Terminator.
fair. Well,
Come on. They ruin every movie franchise. Ocean's 8
Wars.
was, I spit
Star
on
Wars.
it. It
Star
sucks.
Wars.
Star Wars, okay? Terminator was so disgusting. You
Ghostbusters.
going to tell me John Connor is going to turn into a Mexican woman? Get the fuck out of here. Disgusting.
Like I said, all of my guests are doing opening promos. I'm coming off of a cold as well, so if I cough, excuse me. I have another guest. He is my guru. He is the Oz to my wizard, or the wizard to my Oz, however you want to describe that. He is the man who has been behind some of my biggest episodes as we have gone on to those trips to Jersey to go live. But the roles are reversed. He's in the House of O for the first time ever. He is in my domain today. I got the booth and I got the mechanics in front of me today. And he is here just as talent because he is talented. He's one of my most talented friends. Of course, I'm here with the great Stephen James. How you doing, Mr. James?
Hey, I'm just going to say that murder is getting a bad rap today. It's not that bad, folks.
And it's not today. It's been had a bad rap. It's been bad for a while.
I don't know, man. It's been pretty good to me.
Murder's okay.
Murder's bad.
There's levels to this shit.
Murder's bad.
Justifiable murder is okay.
Yeah.
There are no justifiable.
Murder as a bottom line. Perhaps we can have some sort of debate about that. But anyway, we're here, of course, I mentioned here at the beginning of the program, I'm sure we will be off the rails several times throughout the course of this program, but especially the way that we just started. But
I'm hot.
There are rails?
He just came from the gym, so his adrenaline right now is through the roof.
Hey, you
right
see
now.
these
He's
guns,
so-
ladies?
Oh, my
You want to
God.
fight?
Whoa.
Equality. Equal lefts and rights.
I'll find a transgender.
Uh-oh.
I can
As long
say
as they're
that.
not competing competitively,
Yes.
it's fine, right? That's what the rules are nowadays for that. Normally, I would not include NXT because normally these WWE pay-per-views are just so freaking stacked and long. I don't have time to squeeze in NXT. But I've had a few requests, and since it's War Games and there's not a whole lot going on the Takeover and in your usual base matches, we will include NXT Takeover into this. But let's do really quickly amongst the table here. WWE Survivor Series, one of the big four, one of the originals. If I'm not mistaken, it's the second pay-per-view they came up with. WrestleMania, and then it was Survivor Series in Richmond, Virginia. So, so there was always kind of gimmicks wrapped into this, obviously elimination tags, sole survivor situations. We're all long-term fans here. We all have our favorites and our least favorites. Let's go around the table here. What are some of your great Survivor Series memories? Before we start, the one thing that popped into my head when I thought Survivor Series when I got started here is for some reason my brain started singing Deadly Game. Because it's a deadly game.
Is that like Foreigner, right?
I know, something like that. That was when they had the original productions doing their music for God knows who sang that song. James, this is one of your favorite pay-per-views. I believe you said second behind the Royal Rumble.
Second behind the Rumble, for sure.
What are some of your preferred or some of your great Survivor Series memories?
Well, I love the concept of a personal issue between two people being settled with a group of people, like elimination.
Get all the problems into one match.
Plus, it gets all the guys on the pay-per-view, and I like elimination-style matchups. But the one that sticks out the most to me, and some people might find it hokey and some people might find it corny, but I'm talking Bret Hart, Bob Backlund.
He said corny.
Wow.
That's the podcast word of the day. You can't say corny anymore. Don't get me sued. Go ahead, go.
Just the look on Helen Hart's face as Owen manipulates her to throw in the towel and then celebrates after. As a kid, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. As someone who has an older sister, it's not quite an older brother or a younger brother, I was like, this son of a bitch, he got us all.
You dirty bastard.
Dirty bastard.
Owen Hart was a dirty bastard.
That was definitely my favorite moment if we're talking about Survivor Series. Obviously, The Undertaker, making his first appearance was cool. Winning his first title as well. But the worst, man, I'm sorry. Gobbledygooker, man. I'm sorry.
What is it? It's the Gobbledygooker.
No thanks.
I actually blocked that out in my head. I forgot that Hector Guerrero sold the family name that day. Wiped his chanclas with it. Name some of your great Survivor Series memories.
The Shield debuting is obviously.
Oh, yeah.
The Shield debuting. I would have to say also Undertaker versus Yokozuna. When Chuck
Norris kicked
Jeff
Jarrett.
Yeah,
I love that one. Yeah,
that was classic.
That was absolutely.
He was an enforcer. Yeah,
Jeff Jarrett sold the shit out of that kick.
He really did.
He tumbleweed.
He bent backwards.
Yeah, that was a great sell.
That was amazing.
I would have to say definitely that match has probably sold me as a fan.
Kicked it right in the sternum.
Shit out of him.
Look, man, if it's good enough for Bruce Lee, it's good enough for Double J.
Yeah. I didn't see Wilt Chamberlain sell that shit.
No, definitely not.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
I don't think he would have.
It was Kareem in
I'm switching
Return of the Jaguars.
Chamberlain was in Conan.
Yeah, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was.
He got the big foot.
It's like Juggernaut's imprint.
Yokozuna versus Undertaker is probably my favorite match. That was a good match.
In Survivor Series history.
Hulk Hogan, Demolition.
Oh, he said Demolition. Get out. I said Demolition.
Remember that?
The Road Warriors?
No.
Not a Demolition fan?
You mean the Bold Warriors?
The Road Warriors.
And Jake the Snake Roberts.
Nice.
When they fought in one of the earlier Survivor Series. I'm going way, way back. And I still have that program because I actually went to that one.
Nice.
I was an itty bitty.
That was my next question. If anybody here had ever been to a Survivor Series,
unfortunately, no. But it's on my list. I've been to a Rumble. Last year, I went to my first Mania, and Survivor Series is one on my list. Mania?
Tonight's Survivor Series.
Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah, not if you're trying to fly into it in December.
Yeah,
thank you. I was stuck there for 7 days.
No one wants to be in O'Hare during Christmas season.
No.
I've been to one, 2011, Rock Cena versus Miz in Truth. I've had the fortunate.
That was horrible. The awesome Truth.
That was bad.
It was bad. But I got to see CM Punk and Del Rio that night. That was when
They did the hot swap?
Finkel did the 3-hour introduction for CM Punk. Are you fucking serious?
Hey, he's going to get his money's worth.
Yeah, well, he also cut that championship match time down. It's like, I got to go home now because of your dumb ass. But I remember I've been to all Big Four and, of course, frivolous pay-per-views inside of that. So Survivor Series 2011 was the one that I went to. Some of my favorite Survivor Series moments. For some reason, what was it? I'm trying to remember the year. I think it was, I want to say 06. Where it was DX, the Hardys, and Punk against Rated RKO, Helms, Morrison, and Mike Knox. That one always stood out because that was the clean sweep. They had so many of the best baby faces on one team. They couldn't decide on who to drop from the match, so they just said, fuck it. They're all going to win.
And it was kind of the coming out party for CM Punk because that's pointed to as when they were like, okay, we might have something here because they were chanting his name instead of DX.
Right.
And they had him do the whole "Are you ready?" part.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They were like, "Oh, that's when the rub part came in."
Which I don't see that as.
I don't see that as a rub because I'm pretty sure if he had his if he wanted to, he wouldn't have done that.
And as evidence that this particular situation was so overdone, none of you mentioned it. The screw job was at Survivor Series. 1997,
that's right.
Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels.
Well, what ruined it is the next year they did it again with Mankind and The Rock.
They played it up the following year.
Yeah, because
but that just goes to show how overplayed that storyline is because
seems
no
like
one here even thought about it for a second.
Yeah, because it's bigger than the show. It's bigger than the show. Like
it's
just not a part of the show.
Transcended it.
It's bigger than the show.
It changed the business.
It's an iconic moment.
It is.
Yeah, all the wrestlers looked at their
all that
promoters like, "Oh, you
spit
son
that
of
he
a bitch, you motherfucker! You're gonna screw me, huh? Aren't you?" I can't wait for that new season of Dark Side of the Ring. By the way, they had a really good season.
What have they announced any titles?
I know they're filming. I don't know. I know Benoit's one of the stories because Cornette mentioned it on his show that he did. They went back to his house.
Benoit, my buddy.
Yeah. Well,
family life.
Yeah, no, that's where it all started.
That says in quotation marks.
That
I'm not
Benoit
friends with
one
him.
is
I'm not
probably
friends
going to
with
be
him.
some
Another,
serious.
another one
That's
that we
serious
didn't
shit.
mention was Stone Cold getting run over. At
Oh,
Survivor
right,
Series.
yeah.
He did it for The Rock.
He did that for The Rock.
I wish they
did
would
it
have
for
just
you.
left it on Rikishi and not transferred
that
that
was
heat
when they
to.
was it Big
Triple H.
Show, Triple H, and Rock ended up being the main event.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right,
It was
right.
supposed to be the triple threat
Or
between.
Actually, Bret Hart and Stone Cold's first pay-per-view confrontation was Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Indeed.
But IC title, right?
The Rock's debut was at Survivor Series.
Oh, Rocky Maivia.
And
Undertaker,
my
obviously, with Brother Love.
And 1989 Survivor Series that I was just mentioning with my wonderful tag team Demolition was a Zeus premiere.
You really a Demolition fan?
I love it.
He's really pushing.
I
Why?
really love
Do you
it.
like the Road Warriors?
I do.
How
I do.
about you just rock the Warrior?
There's
If
nothing
you
wrong
can-
with Demolition.
If you can afford
That guy was a history teacher.
Here's the thing. I didn't know about the Road Warriors till after Demolition.
Okay.
Because I was a WWF guy.
Yeah,
and then I got into it.
Yeah.
But once I
So
saw the Road
basically, yeah.
Warriors,
It was
I was
like,
like,
oh, God.
all right, I
So-
prefer.
Yeah. They were much
So
better shape,
basically,
did
what
much
he's saying
better
is
coke.
he grew up on Mountain Rush, and the first time he got Mountain Dew, he was like, "Well, fuck that other shit."
It's like, Dr. Thunder, what's this?
RC Cola.
Mr. Pibb.
Oh
What the fuck is Mellow Yellow?
Yellow.
That's the shit
Yeah, I
that's in
remember
the
that
toilet
shit.
when the plumbing's not working anymore. That's what the mellow yellow
If it's
is.
mellow, it's
It's a down
yellow.
south thing.
It's a brown
I
fresh
love it
air.
down south.
I want
Yeah,
a
yeah.
Fruitopia now.
Yeah, there's
Out of
been
nowhere.
so many
Fruitopia,
like
yeah.
debuts. Sting
Yeah,
debut in the
Sting,
WWE,
yeah, on
like
Survivor Series.
Undertaker.
With that theme
Didn't Ric
song
Flair
that
pop
fucked
up?
everybody's brains out.
Any
Yeah.
spoilers you think for? We'll get to that later.
Yeah, well, we're gonna get
He almost
to that.
spoiled it right there.
Yeah.
Don't play your hand too soon, my friend.
He's
Hold
just
that
teasing it.
load. Hold
Demolition's
on
coming back. To this one.
I'll turn it off.
We're going to this particular Survivor Series will indeed be different than all the others. We've run the gauntlet on gimmicks when it comes to Survivor Series. Brand supremacy. You mentioned earlier about storylines coming to an end here. We've had 5-man eliminations, 11-man eliminations, 4-man eliminations. They've rolled the dice a few times. Tomorrow's episode of Survivor Series has a little bit of a different twist in the sense of we're now establishing a third brand. We're having Raw versus SmackDown. Yes, I did say brand because if you don't listen to my show because I caved on it finally. And
I know
said
you
was.
caved on it,
Okay.
but it's just so like
It's
it's
weird.
kinda-
It came out fluid.
My
right?
dick twitched a little bit when you said brand.
Well, we're gonna get more into that. Actually, we're gonna come up with that because there is an actual NXT Championship match now on a WWE pay-per-view.
Yep.
The NXT championship has been defended on both brands now. Now we've got talent moving from the main roster to NXT, and even if it's not official, the fact that they're playing with the idea, trying to get Rollins to come, trying to get Owens to come, it feels like a fucking brand now.
It's a lateral move and less seen as they're going down to NXT.
Now that
you're going to the training
Now that it's
games.
on TV on Wednesday, you're doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it feels like it's on equal footing, finally.
Yeah.
So we're going to dig more into that. So we're going to start off here with some NXT. I'm going to list the matches that we have here. Obviously, we've got one pre-show match, Isaiah Swerve Scott versus Angel Garza, which is going to be an athletic contest. It's going to be something to get the crowd going. Triple threat match, which is very important because the winner of this match will be Adam Cole's opponent at Survivor Series. Peter Dune, as Kyle O'Reilly has been calling him recently. Pete Dunne versus Killian Dane versus Damian Priest. We have Matt Riddle and Finn Balor in a singles match. And we've got the 2 War Games matches, which we'll get into. But let's dabble more into these 2 matches. Matt Riddle, Finn Balor, and the triple threat match. Matt Riddle and Finn Balor, not a whole lot on the line here. This is basically just a singles grudge match, something for Finn to do, essentially. But I think this is going to be a great match. It's a throwaway, but it's one of those matches that maybe we'll get something really out of it.
I disagree with the throwaway only because I think it's more important for Finn and what they're trying to do to establish that NXT is a third brand, to your point.
Right.
Making that guy coming over to seem more important. I think that he has to win, or there has to be some sort of DQ finish where Matt Riddle wins in that regard, but Finn gets the juice.
Too.
Yeah,
you don't want him to take a
that's
clean
the only.
fall
I don't
here.
think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be a DQ finish, which is a shame because seeing those 2 athletes go at each other. If we get a good match out of it, I don't want to see too much tomfoolery, as they say.
Well, I mean, if they did, it would help the heel factor, wouldn't it? Because I think this audience still has a hard time.
Well, because I think that there's going to be a lot of different people being involved in a lot of different matches that might not necessarily be in the matches. I think outside interference is going to play a lot into this entire pay-per-view. But I think Finn needs the heel heat more than Matt Riddle needs the babyface rub.
Absolutely, Ming.
Oh, no.
He took a hard, deep
I just
drag
feel
of
like,
breath.
personally, I think NXT is going to go over a lot on this show because the main objective is get NXT over.
Yeah.
Well, this is just a takeover right now we're talking about.
Oh, well.
And Finn Balor is NXT now.
Well, you know, it's funny. He's kind of always been NXT. He always felt like an NXT guy on Raw.
Yes.
And now he's in NXT, and now he feels like a Raw guy on NXT. It's so weird. But, yeah, the 2 matches I just went over now, Matt Riddle and Finn Balor. And, talk about that one, Matt Riddle and Finn Balor. Right? What do you expect to see from that one?
I think Matt Riddle will go over.
Matt?
It would be kind of cool if the OC were to interfere to help Finn win, and then Finn just automatically joins him right there and there.
So you're one of those people. You still want him. I don't want him a part of a group.
I don't need that.
I think it's just like he's just the missing slice of the pie.
Bullet Club, quote unquote, is 5 years ago. He's over it.
Balor's over the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
It's like, I get it.
Nah, he still wants it. He still wants it.
He wants that merch money.
He wants that.
definitely.
He wants that. Like you said, he wants that merch
He
money.
wants the merch money,
Yeah,
but I don't see AJ Styles giving up that role as the top guy in the OC.
Well, maybe
And
that'll
it's-
lead to their breakdown, and they'll eventually have a.
Finn Balor will destroy it from within.
Yeah. They'll eventually have a run. Like
Then what's the point of putting them together?
They'll have a nice run to WrestleMania. I can see them having a nice
Maybe.
run to WrestleMania.
Well, will that lead to an eventual AJ Finn match at WrestleMania? Is that what we're trying to get?
It could be.
What would be the payoff to that?
It could be. That could be a playoff at WrestleMania.
And then-
you
but
won't want
why-
to see that at WrestleMania, Finn and AJ?
But why
love
move
to,
him to
yeah.
NXT then?
Right, that's the only
Logically,
bug of the whole deal.
it makes no
They
sense.
give NXT the bump up.
I'm just over Bullet Club. Fuck Bullet Club.
And him being on NXT gave NXT a bump up.
It did.
I mean, they beat AEW last week.
Well, that's
Finally.
Yeah,
But that's because of
Oh,
all the
God,
invasions
don't
that have
bring
been
that
going
shit
on.
to my house.
Hey,
please.
hey,
that
hey,
ratings bullshit.
Hey, but it's true. It's true. They did
It's
beat them.
true, but it's also
did beat them.
irrelevant. Who gives a fuck?
ratings is just a measure of how many people watched, not quality of show.
Yeah.
It's just how many TVs were on.
Just how many TVs were on. You know
And
how
it's an
many
antiquated system, too, because
It
of
was an
Nielsen
antiquated system
rating.
when it mattered.
Yes.
Because it was like it didn't count in for DVR. It didn't count. Well, not DVR. Back in the what was it, TiVo?
Yes.
And then it was TiVo, and then it was like people were having it on, but they weren't really watching it.
Netflix and chill original.
They do have
The
more
original.
metrics now to measure it. It's like if you watch it on DVR, it's like a +7 within 7 days.
Yep.
It's like a different
Back
rating.
in the day, it was TV and P&V.
Yep.
There you go. So
I
Pombo.
put my beef in a taco.
What?
I'm gonna.
It's a different kind of
I
murder.
put my beef in your taco. I forgot what show that was from. He was like,
I don't
"Let me
remember.
Put my beef in your taco."
I think that was from the Clumps or something like that. Not even fresh.
Something like
Wow,
that.
that's a pull.
Yeah. That's a
Yeah.
pull. My brain.
Triple threat match: Pete Dunne, Killian Dane, Damian Priest. Winner takes Adam Cole's an opportunity at Adam Cole and the NXT Championship for Survivor Series. Have you gotten a chance to see anything?
Yeah, no.
All right, yeah. So
because my wife is a huge Finn Balor fan, so on that I'm gonna go with Finn because
yeah. Well, for the other match, but for the triple
But for the triple threat,
who
yeah.
do you want to see take on Adam Cole at Survivor
I
Series?
want to see Pete Dunne.
Oh, so does everyone else.
I just love Pete Dunne, and he's such a fucking little.
The only reason why I
spitfire.
want Pete Dunne is
What's that
because
match
he's
again?
the only
Who's in
Triple
he's-
threat.
He's the only baby in that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Pete Dunne,
Killian
Dane.
and Damian Priest.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, Pete
I
Dunne should definitely win that one.
I'm going to say Killian Dane only because I think the Undisputed Era aren't heels. I think they're baby faces. At least the crowd has kind of made them that cool.
They began a babyface during this whole storyline and with invasion of WWE with the Raw SmackDown.
That's why I think that this is an outlier. You can kind of pull the trigger on having that because it winds up being a wash. There's no bigger threat to Adam Cole than having a big guy like Killian Dane who's been running roughshod through everybody. Damian Priest is an afterthought in this, so if they did want to do a
That's kind
swerve,
of why he's my pick.
Wow.
I think
Damian
of the
Priest and
three,
Shaba.
Vince probably is a bigger fan of fucking Damian Priest right now. Look at that look. Oh my God, the matches he's been having. So
Yeah, I like this
God.
guy.
The
Ah.
fucking Archer deal
Yeah.
with the oh my God.
but they haven't been
Yeah.
spotlighting him. So maybe to your point, that's what they're going to try and do, kind of
They
sneak him
usually
in
do
under
that
the
when it's,
radar.
like under the radar. Type
yeah,
guy,
I can
and
see
then-
that. That's a good pick.
But he ain't beating Adam Cole.
No.
and no one.
No one's beating it. It doesn't matter who's facing him at Survivor
But
Series.
Killian Dane is
baby.
more believable you can come up with reasons as to why he could beat Adam Cole. He ain't gonna.
I think
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah.
I think
But
the safe
logically-
pick, the safe pick for me is I think the safe pick right now is Pete Dunne, and then
Pombo.
They're probably going to go with the more athletic matchup between the two on the card.
Because that would be exciting to see. That's why.
Exciting. That's if Pete wins, that's my opener. I think you open with the NXT title, Adam Cole and Pete Dunne, and just get that crowd, especially Chicago. Can you imagine opening Survivor Series with Cole and Dunne?
That's a hot open. That's a hot open. That's a hot open.
We all know Brock and Ray are starting it. We all know Brock and Ray are starting it.
That's
If
my
Brock
main
ain't
event.
going on last,
He's
going
going
on
on
first.
No, no.
Yeah.
How do you think that match is gonna end?
Well, no.
we'll get into it. We'll get into it.
I just keep I just want to keep blowing my load.
Yeah, I know. The reason why he's so quick at the triggers because he's got many loads to give. Hold on a
Yes,
second.
there you go.
He's
He's reloading.
He's loaded. All right, so we also have 2 War Game matches. Now, why do we have 2 War Game matches? That's an argument all by its fucking self, and I'm sure I could do 6
Because the
minutes on that
women
myself.
need the spotlight.
So let's start with the women here, okay? Team Ripley versus Team Baszler. It was like the Kim Basinger joke. Kim Basinger?
Basinger?
Is it Baszler? Is it Baszler?
Basing or like a
I say
basin.
Baszler.
Kim Baszler.
Potato,
It's-
tomato. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rhea Ripley, Candice LeRae, Tegan Knox, and Mia Yim versus Shayna Baszler, Io Shirai, Bianca Belair, and Kaylee Ray. And that is our War Games matchup. I hate this variation of the War Game. I don't like the fact that it doesn't have roof. I don't like the fact that they all start in a mini little cage because that eliminates.
It's like
the
a Russian
cage
doll.
eliminates the wild card factor. Because how many War Games matches do we have a guy beat the timeout early?
Yeah.
Or you could play with that storyline.
It takes the tension out of it.
Yeah, it takes the tension out of it. Like anything can happen type deal. It's very formulaic. It's just, it's like the new Elimination Chamber. I want nothing to do with it. But rules aside, based on the way that this whole invasion storyline has been going, based on what's happening here at Survivor Series, because they have an NXT matchup for the women at Survivor Series, how does this War Games match turn out? And Ming, go ahead.
Right down the fucking toilet. That's how this runs.
Someone lasso a rope on his eyes. They're rolling.
There's going to be botches. There's gonna be. I really don't care, but Baszler's team probably win. That's my pick.
His hope is that the ring collapses and swallows all 8 women up.
Yes,
And
exactly.
one falls. I think this is the whole NXT women's division, isn't it?
Yeah.
All in one match. There's only like 8 of them.
Yeah, for the
But I don't
most
just
part.
understand why do they have to have a War Games match?
I
why?
wouldn't have minded the War Games
there was
match
only
if
one.
it was the only one.
If it was just
Yes,
the
you were
women's,
gonna give
fine.
Then if it was just the women's, fine.
Yeah.
Give them their fucking War Games.
I
But
don't know
why? Why does
Give
it have
them
to-
that fucking work.
Yeah, yo, why does it have to be 2? Why do they have to have everything
I
the man
actually
has?
was more in favor of the women having it than the men because the men is they've only had 3 male War Games matches, and for the 3rd year in a row, it's all Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
Against random team.
And
B.
it's very their Undisputed Era is already
They're
over.
1 and
They
1.
don't need
They're
definitely
1 and 1
over.
in these. They didn't need to be, especially since they're spread out.
Well, this is all on
beautifully-
Takeover, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
They're
this is why
spread
I-
out beautifully over the course of Survivor Series. We
That-
didn't need them in a fucking cage match.
That's why I say a lot of these matches are going to have interference from Raw and SmackDown.
I certainly hope so.
Yeah, we'll give it more spice.
because that's
Because
if
that's
you're
going to
the
leave up to anticipation for fucking Survivor Series. Like you're jerking it off, you're waiting for the load to pop. Because I'm just saying that's what they're doing. Have little sprinkles of Raw and SmackDown throughout the show. And everybody's gonna want to see Survivor Series to see the final confrontation.
That sound you just made was grocery in the headset. I'm sure they were sitting next to me. Mama, who wins the women's War Games match? Team
Maya
Ripley
Yim.
or Team Bayley?
Is
Is it Mia Yim?
Yeah, Mia Yim.
alone.
That's
All
it.
by
Alone.
herself.
She is the
She's
sole
gonna just
survivor.
sole
She
survivor.
destroys
Yeah,
the other
that's it.
girls and then turns and consumes her 3 partners. And then there's just her. standing
Rhea
in the
Ripley,
ring.
Team Ripley, man, Team Ripley. Just because of
I-
the alien connection.
I agree with Team Ripley only
he's on
because
Baszler.
it's a good way to give Ripley a victory.
Yep.
And it has nothing to do with the title.
Yep.
So you don't damage Baszler here. She doesn't even have to pick up. Doesn't even have to get pinned. You don't have to worry about that. You
Yep.
give Ripley the rub if she's going to be someone who's going to be a threat to Baszler down the line. I say Team Ripley.
Yeah, absolutely.
I actually say Team Ripley as well, but I'll explain why when we get to Survivor Series.
Ooh.
The other War Games match for the men, the Undisputed Era versus Team Ciampa. Ciampa, Keith Lee, Dominik Dijakovic. I really hate that fucking name.
Dijovic.
Dijakovic.
Yeah,
Dominic D.
Sounds like somebody.
Dominic D. Double D.
Yeah, double D. Old double
Oh,
D.
double D.
Sonny
and,
D.
And my favorite wrestler of all time, the
TBA.
most accomplished performer in the history of professional wrestling, my man Vacant.
Oh, I thought you said question mark because he's over in NWA right
Yeah.
now.
TBA is
TBD.
Vacant's tag partner. That's his tag partner. Vacant's tag partner is TBA. But yeah, the 4th spot on that team still yet to be named.
It's not me.
So before we get into the actual this match, who is TBA? Who is the 4th member of this team? The world wants to know.
Kevin
So
Owens.
Here on this program, we're going to spoil it for everyone. Go ahead. Who's the 4th? Kevin Owens?
Kevin Owens. KO, baby.
Seth.
Seth.
I'm gonna say Seth.
Seth. That could be.
To
that's a
join the
good-
babyface team in a War Games against Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
Ooh, that would be. I would be shocked.
I'm gonna say it's a
I would be
surprise, and it's gonna be Johnny Gargano.
Johnny Gargano off of injury so soon.
Lace it up.
Wow. Or
He doesn't need to do much in a match like that.
I'm gonna
Roddy
go.
Piper.
I'm going with
Did you say Roddy Piper?
Roddy Piper.
he passed away. Fuck. Never
He's
Okay,
a
so
little
let me
more
get
than
into
injured.
So we're clear here on the program. We're following continuity. He thinks murder is bad, but he's co-signing resurrection.
Yes.
Hey, Jesus did it.
I don't want you to kill anybody.
Oh, man.
But should he be dead already, I would like him to come back to life.
Yes,
Yeah,
those
so
that
he
he
can
murders
form-
himself
Yes.
shall not be
Yeah,
resurrected.
Correct,
but those
correct.
who have their lives taken from them,
Can come back.
Not by
come
his
back.
hand, of course.
but
Right,
only if
right.
you're here to help in the effort to stop the Undisputed Era in their dastardly ways.
Yeah, those bastards.
I got Team Ciampa on this, only for the simple fact that I think the Undisputed Era is going to have an amazing night at Survivor Series. They don't
Absolutely.
need this win
They're probably gonna sweep.
at Takeover. Even if they have losses, I just think they're just going to have this pay-per-view is built around the Undisputed Era.
Absolutely.
The Survivor Series is. These guys are the future. So I don't think, and plus they've won a War Games, they've lost a War Games. They don't
need it.
Keith Lee and Dominic in particular need this win more than the other guys.
And Ciampa coming back from
Yeah,
injury
from
needs
injury. He had that
some
neck
steam.
injury.
needs
Yeah.
a big win here as
Absolutely.
well.
I don't think that this match ends without Raw and SmackDown interference.
I
This
agree.
particular match, and it shouldn't, because if you're the big brands and this little brother brand, as it's seen on TV, not in
As
reality,
seen on TV.
if they've been sticking it to you on your turf the entire time, it would behoove these brands to use their power
It behooves you
to step on their neck.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make a statement before Survivor Series. And if they don't, I don't know who. Explain it to me. Why wouldn't they do that?
I think the TBA is going to be Shane McMahon. He comes out with the NXT shirt.
Oh,
He's been
no.
fired from SmackDown. He's on the new brand. They're keeping
Oh
it in the
my
family.
God,
Triple
that
H
would
would
be
It
crazy.
won't work.
Oh my God,
It's Jinder Mahal.
Oh, it's Jinder Mahal.
I'd love that.
My God.
I'd love that.
Jinder Hall back in NXT, I just made a mess in my pants. They
Right?
did that to
Wait,
me.
you want
I'd
that
love
sound
that.
effect again or no?
No.
North American future North American champion.
That
Disgusting.
That takes us to the big pay-per-view tomorrow night, Survivor Series, in Steve Austin's favorite building,
What?
Rosemount Horizon,
What?
down in Rosemount, Illinois. We're
What?
here in Chicago, and we're breaking it down, SmackDown versus Raw versus NXT. I got the matches right here in front of me. Let's start off exactly where we left off here, more NXT stuff. The NXT Championship, for the first time ever, defended on a WWE I'm still trying to figure out how I should be phrasing these. Pay-per-views, network specials, what the fuck?
Pay-per-view.
It's still
Well,
pay-per-view.
they're not
You're not paying for
technically
views.
Because I'm paying
pay-per-views.
monthly for unlimited views,
Yeah.
so I don't know.
So I would say
They're still
network
off,
specials.
but they're
Network
still
specials.
offered
Network
as pay-per-views.
Yeah,
though.
like
you can
when
still
you came to the
buy them.
I don't have the network. When you
I'm
came to watch
old-
Royal Rumble, I paid for that shit. You know?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
did. I remember you saying
I'm old
that.
school.
So
That's
it's
the
still
only one I
Which I'm
paid
still
pay-per-view.
pissed off about. If I'm coming to your house, you could have logged me in, bro. You could. You
Oh,
didn't
that's
have to,
right.
You
I
didn't have to pay for it if I was coming to your house.
Yeah, you could have just
I was-
given him the $60.
Word. No, I don't want to get sued. I'm not selling because you know you're
Oh,
that
yeah,
Netflix shit. The Netflix
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
they're coming down,
Yeah,
yeah.
they reported like $100 million loss from people sharing passwords and
Yeah.
shit.
Well, it's
And-
bound to happen. There's nothing
Yeah.
they can defeat
Disney
that.
And
Plus
Disney
was
already
looking at
fucking
you.
got shit.
It ain't our
They
fault.
got hacked too. I mean, well, they didn't get hacked, but like people got
DDoSed.
shared passwords and they kept
If
it.
you start
They
your-
changed the
your
password.
Anti-Disney rhetoric here today.
No, I'm not.
Really
I
do.
mean,
Okay.
fuck 'em. I don't believe in holopolies. It's my
All
thing.
right,
but.
fine. Well, you and I have to sit down for an episode and do shit. Have that conversation.
We do.
right
We
there.
do. That would be a lot of fun.
We need to do it in our athletic gear in case it gets physical. We have to stretch beforehand.
Oh my goodness.
So, yeah, the NXT Championship will be on the line. Adam Cole,
Baby.
will be defending his championship against the winner of that triple threat match that we talked about earlier.
Pete Dunne.
The reason why I'm starting with this is because I think this is an obvious choice. Unless you guys differ, I know me and James are on the same page about this. Adam Cole is the hottest professional wrestler in the world today, period, bar none. It's hard. With the exception of maybe, like, I'm kind of feeling Cody Rhodes right now, too. He's been doing some pretty good baby stuff. As a babyface.
But if you're talking about Adam Cole sells
right
merch.
now, Adam Cole right now is absolute money in the bank. I think this is the opening match. I don't give a shit who he's wrestling. I think
'Cause
they
it doesn't
I
matter.
think they just want that boom and the baby to open the show and get the crowd into it. Chicago, you know they're gonna love their. You have to feed the marks early, otherwise you lose them. If you don't feed the internet early on, you won't get them trending. You won't get them talking. I think that's the.
They
mark
need
start.
that Twitter trend.
Does anybody here think it's anybody but Adam Cole?
Nope.
Do you, Ming? Do you think any of those three guys stops Adam Cole's run right now for the NXT title? You need to stop breathing through your teeth. It's going to cause cavities.
I don't think so. I think
No.
that.
Across
No.
the board.
I would like to say yes, but it's
No.
not this
But why
money.
would you like to say yes? Do you want to see Adam Cole called?
If it's a good storyline, if it's a good storyline,
but he's
and
the heel.
That's why. If he was a face, then I would say
Yeah.
But
No,
he's-
if he was a face, this would have been perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you would have jump-started a storyline and got people to tune in for Wednesday.
Exactly,
Right,
exactly.
yeah.
But since
he's
he's
the
the
heel,
heel-
coming in, right.
safe money's on him.
Safe money is on him. We're going to move on to the next match because that was an easy peasy one, guys. Adam Cole is the man right now in the WWE. But this next match I'm going to go with is quite possibly this is my all or nothing matchup. This is what I've been calling all or nothing. I think this matchup is black and white. I don't think there's any gray. This match is going to be really shitty, or this match is going to be really bad. Either way, I can't wait to see this car crash as the United States champion, the Intercontinental champion, and the North American champion will compete as AJ Styles will go against Shinsuke Nakamura and Roderick Strong in a triple threat dream match, as everyone keeps calling it.
If somebody was other than Roderick Strong was in it, I would say it's a dream match.
Ouch.
I'm not the biggest
Not a
fan.
big
I'm with you.
lie.
I'm not the biggest fan of Roderick Strong either,
Okay.
personally. Just
Okay.
not based on his work in the ring, just based on his character work. There's really nothing to sink
He's
my
not
teeth
a-
in there.
I
He's
mean,
not a
I'm
character
guaranteed
guy.
to get at least 20 different variations of the backbreaker, which is gonna be, which will be
Which
interesting.
AJ will sell all of them.
Yeah.
Sasuke's not doing it. It's been a long. The
Soccer
reason why
mom
I'm
here.
hyped. It's been a long time since I have had a chance to see Nakamura kick Styles in the balls. And I am highly.
That should be the first spot.
They're gonna milk it. You know they're gonna milk it. They're like, oh,
I
here
already
it
called the
comes.
spot. He goes for the forearm to Roderick. He pushes him out of the way, kicks him in the balls. There you go.
There it is.
There you go. That's the spot right there.
I know they would never do this because they would lose out on money selling different title belts, but I wish this was a unification and one champion traveled for all three brands.
Oh,
Nah, that's too soon. Too soon. Too soon.
well, the only problem.
Well, that
with,
new-
the only
and-
problem with unification is like you said.
You keep the IC belt.
right.
The IC belt is
When it
beautiful.
was- when they had the two brands, it was very difficult for the champion to go back and forth. Travel reasons. You're talking about traveling between three brands now.
You take him off the house show, Lou.
Well, Monday,
His
Wednesday,
only
Friday.
They're
responsibility-
not taking any of these three guys off of the fucking house show.
But it's kind of easy now. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. They have a day
Well,
between the
Wednesday's a
trial.
little easier because they're still in full sale.
They're still
so
in full
at least
sale.
you know that when you loop with the other two shows, the last day.
Is
of
it-
your
but
they're
loop
leaving
But they
is
have
full
a
sale.
they have a date in between each show to travel.
But imagine you have one guy, he wins that one title, he defends it 365 days he's champion, defending it on all three
Would
brands.
you be a fan of Roderick Strong then?
24/7 belt?
no.
I would be okay with it, and here's why. Because whoever beats him is an instant star.
But he has nobody wants to see him as champion because, like you said, he has no character.
No one cares about the United
Roderick
States
Strong
Championship.
is just an undisputed era guy.
No one cares about the North American Championship.
Because he has it.
The IC.
Fair
well,
enough,
no one.
because when
no,
Velveteen had it, it was actually looked at as
Yeah,
a
it was
pretty
actually
important
really
title.
good. And
he
when,
was looked at as important, not the
Velveteen
title.
Dream.
He was looked at
Had
as
he had it
important.
longer, that
had he
might
had
have
it longer,
changed.
that might have changed,
That
but
might
he
have
did.
changed.
Roderick
Count
Strong
it if
right
it
now is
goes.
doing right now. Roderick Strong is not doing anything for the title. He's not elevating it. It's just there. So
That's how I would describe Roderick
feel
Strong.
like the
And
belt-
it's just there.
I feel like the
Yeah.
belt's attempting to elevate Strong. Like, because he's the North American champion, they feel like they have to put him
The
in
group.
a higher
But
spot.
I think he's
but
gonna-
you
I
can't
agree
do
with
that
him.
with a new belt. Like it hasn't
But
been
it's not a
elevated.
new belt. Not anymore.
not.
It's not. It's been
Yeah,
over.
it's been around
it's
for a
been over
while.
a year.
It's still
Well
fairly
over a year.
new.
Cole was the first North American champion.
Yeah, but did he have a substantial run? I don't think so.
Nobody has.
Nobody
That's
has.
why.
They've all been
That's
shit.
why it hasn't
Roderick
been
actually
elevated.
has had the most substantial run
Yeah.
out of
And He
everybody.
hasn't really done much with it. The matches he's had have been great, but I can't follow along with him.
It's
'Cause
the
he's no
non-gimmicky
character. He has no
24/7
character.
title.
That's why I'm saying the other title
And
belts
he's not
other
even
than
the most faceless member of that group. I defy anyone to point to anything Bobby Fish has done in the last 2 years.
he's got a mean beard.
Yeah.
No, he's got that beard going for him,
Yeah.
so that's pretty good.
And he
And
likes
he's
to
side
practice his-
by side with Kyle O'Reilly, so he's all right.
He likes
Kyle
to practice his
Kyle
kicks.
O'Reilly is
Kyle O'Reilly is my spirit animal.
he is a magnificent person.
He
Great
is-
guitar player.
Even if he's,
really?
if he's never
The title.
even if he's never NXT champion again, just for the air guitar alone, he needs to be a champion in some shape or form at all times.
Yep.
He needs to be a 37-time, 24/7 champion.
That's
just
it.
to walk around with the bam, 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 and just
Better than Hogan.
No,
Yep.
I actually
Yep.
like
He
it.
throws the leg kick.
Not only do I love it when he plays, but I love in the promos when he's tuning it up. Like, when he's,
Yeah, that's right. It's
getting
the little-
when
it's
he's
the
getting
little
his-
things.
the little
Yeah,
things.
totally,
And
totally.
he does it on the house shows. If you go to YouTube, there's cell phone film of the loop shows, the loops for NXT and for WWE when they're on, when they join the main roster for the tours, and he's still fucking the whole entrance.
Everything.
Camera or no camera, he always plays that belt so majestically. It's just, and that's where I got the Peter Dune from. He
Yeah,
needs to
yeah.
do more of that with these names.
I mean, it worked for Jericho, Kirk
did.
Angel.
There you
Yep,
go, Kurt
yep.
Angel, yeah.
Kurt
Yeah.
Angel,
you're right
He's a
about that.
funny dude. I love this fucking guy.
Yeah.
So,
Big things for him.
Who's going over in this matchup? Who needs this win more?
Who needs it or who's going over?
Those are two different questions. I'll start with the casual question of who's going over. Because I think we're all on the same page as to who.
I'll say-
we may not be actually. I mean, we'll just stick with that one. Who wins?
I say AJ is the guy that's likely to win.
Okay.
Yeah, you got the OC.
I say Shinsuke because of the new title.
No, okay.
No, that's
Right,
interesting.
Pombo?
I would go with AJ because of the OC. I think the OC is going to get involved.
I'm gonna go with Shinsuke as well.
Oh, for the new title?
No,
that looks like
actually,
the
I
puzzle
think-
box from Hellraiser?
I just think he needs it more than the other three guys.
Oh,
That's a
yeah,
different
that's a
question.
good
That's why I
Especially
think who
because-
should
but-
win.
On top of that,
And
because
for
he has
both
a
of
new
your
title.
reasons,
He
I
has
think
yes.
that's why originally I lumped the two questions together
Yeah.
because in my head
It was
they're
the
lumped
same,
together,
yeah.
they're the same.
Yeah.
I think Shinsuke wins this because he needs this.
I think he
I think
should.
AJ can walk away with this completely unharmed. Roddick's going to go back to NXT on Wednesday and still run roughshod.
Because I don't.
Shinsuke needs this.
I just can't see them, debuting a new IC title
And
and
then
then,
have the guy
having
drop
him
out.
losing. Yeah.
I think they're slowly going to change all the titles because if you look at the new Intercontinental title, it's very much in line with the 24/7 title in the way that it's designed.
Yeah,
Art
it's
Deco
not just
style,
a big fucking
the
W
font.
with the
A big fucking W.
Yeah, it's like hey,
that's
the
the
women's
new-
title,
that's the new belt,
big
the big
ass
fucking
W.
W.
Yeah, I would
I
love to
hate
see a
those
new
titles.
U.S. title. I think
Yeah,
didn't they have one and they were going to debut it and they
Yes.
pulled it.
Wait,
They
didn't they have a
scrapped it.
spinner one? Didn't they have that?
That was
Yeah, John Cena.
Yeah, that was-
and that was like
years
in,
ago.
in the
where
90s.
where have you been?
Yeah, where-
Stop murdering people and catch up to the rest of us.
I never murdered anybody. I'm just letting you know it's
Yeah,
not a good
okay.
thing
He
to
doesn't
do.
partake.
For legal,
I don't
for legal
partake.
reasons.
I don't partake for legal reasons.
He's like everybody on the internet. He just casts his opinion unfoundedly on topics he doesn't understand.
Oh,
He doesn't murder
So-
Hey, if you
anybody.
want to jump across the table, go ahead.
So this is the internet.
Is it everything now on the internet?
Yeah.
He doesn't partake in murder, but
I don't.
he will judge those who participate accordingly.
I don't know.
and he
Police
shakes
do-
his finger at them
That's
like
right.
this.
Hey,
Wagging
police,
thusly.
when you do something illegal, police come for you, right?
Absolutely.
There you go.
But for the
You know?
record, just so we're clear, murder is bad even if it wasn't illegal, right?
Yes.
Well,
Okay, so that's where that gray line is. Right there. See, Uncle Sam
well, I
told
mean,
me.
listen, they have capital punishment for a reason, which means you die.
Yeah, that pay-per-view only lasted one time.
And
Well,
was
we're gonna
not
fry
good.
Casey. You ready?
The mid card guys were just discussed. Now let's talk about the tag team division. As the Raw tag team champions, the Viking Raiders will compete against the SmackDown tag team champions, the New Day, and the tag team champions, the Undisputed Era members of Bobby Fish and our guy, our main man here, Kyle O'Reilly. The tag team championships again, not on the line, but all champions will be competing against each other. Joe, where are we landing on this whole tag?
I'm gonna go with the Pillage People.
The
Absolutely,
Pillage People, of
yeah,
course.
the Viking Raiders. The things that man who's so huge can do off his feet. Just
But all the big guys in this match are fucking athletic.
well, yeah, but that Ibar is fucking insane with like his athletic ability.
Also, a great fast food fish restaurant.
yeah,
Ivar?
Ivar's.
Oh
yeah,
my God, where's that located?
yeah.
Washington State. Very good.
Wow.
Plug.
wow.
Those are
Look
real
at that.
plug.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Maybe
sponsor-
they'll
sponsor the
you.
show.
Yeah, free
Hey,
ad.
we're opening sponsors.
That's how equal. This is how fair I am on my show. I don't even eat seafood, and I'll plug it. It's good. It's good.
I love
I'm not
seafood.
gonna stop. I'm not gonna shun my seafood loving fans.
good.
If you want some real seafood guys, Ivar over in Washington State.
Yeah.
I will email him. Get some plugs.
Yeah, there you go.
Go for it.
I'll give it some East Coast love.
Yeah.
From Ivars. Ming, the tag team
Expansion.
division here. Actually, before you answer, I have a question for you. The addition of the New Day, because they weren't in this match originally. They won the tag
No,
titles.
it was
greedy.
They won the tag titles last week, and I feel like they won it just to be in this match. Is that something that you?
I mean,
feel as well?
I don't think they'll win at all. I think
No.
No,
there's
Nudie's
no
not
need.
winning.
There's no need. There's nothing they need for
No.
them to win. Like,
No.
they've done enough. They don't need to win this win. So I think it's.
And I
down
love
to-
the New Day.
I think it's. They just
But-
added star power.
Yeah.
That's just to
Yeah.
maybe
'Cause,
maybe
yes,
New Day.
as soon as you
maybe
hear that,
maybe New Day,
oh, don't you dare be
Yeah,
sour. The
exactly.
crowd's like, oh yeah, yeah.
they'll
yeah.
probably take the fall.
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
Here's the thing. I think that the New Day was added for star power because if you had the revival there, it's just honestly NXT.
Exactly.
No,
Right.
even though Big E,
that
Xavier
match,
Woods,
That match would have been insane, though.
Yeah.
The revival. And,
Oh, it would have been great.
And the new.
Imagine Coffee causes them to win in turns.
That's
not
my-
gonna happen.
That's my next question. It doesn't really have.
Yo,
much
baby,
to
lose
do-
the title.
it doesn't really have much to do with this matchup, but since I've got three of my best friends here and we're talking about pro wrestling here, is Kofi just not angry at all about this entire
the
WWE
squash?
situation?
He's
at
happy.
all?
He's happy for the
He
opportunity.
has seemed so
Like a
stress-free
good old boy.
since
He's-
he's like a good old
He's
boy.
like, good old boy. He's happy for the opportunity.
Thank you, there, Master.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you, sir.
I,
Thank you,
I sure did like that title one, sir.
That was so good.
That was swell.
I wish you guys could
Jeez.
see like the utter pain that Steve has in his face right now.
it's also think about this.
My mama was so proud.
When you're put in a
They
position
sent him to
where
Africa and everything. He was loved it. it.
Where
He was
by
in Ghana kissing babies.
where by facto, they're making you, whether you want to or not, speak for an entire culture. That's a lot of pressure for somebody.
Yeah.
And I just don't think he was the guy to do it.
I appreciate that they took the chance.
I appreciate that they took the
I
chance.
mean, he didn't mess up.
I'm just saying that
great.
I think he's relieved that pressure is off of him.
Yeah.
Well, it's over now. So,
I don't think
mean,
the world
whoever-
title is for him.
No,
I think he
I
was
think
the
he
only.
was
He was in the
rewarded.
right place,
Yeah.
right time, got the right heat, and exploded.
I got killed for it because I did almost a whole episode on him before he won because I think it was obvious before he won that he was going to. So I did this whole Kofi Kingston thing. If you guys want to go back and listen to it, I forgot which episode it was. It was like 77 or 78 or something like that, where I broke down champion by champion because it was like, well, he should have had it earlier. When?
Yeah.
What year?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Because I broke it
remember.
down. Right.
Is that one of those
exactly,
random
which-
texts that I gave you? Like, hey,
Yeah,
what do you?
I
But
was
but,
like,
and you're like,
because
why are
I
you
broke
texting
it
me?
down. I
don't
mean, from the moment he debuted to when he was going to win it, who was the champion and he should have been champion?
There was no real opening.
There were a few
Orton.
that I didn't
For him.
realize until I did. Yeah, because I'm sure he could have been a better option than Swagger. I'm sure he could have been a better option than Del Rio when he first got it. I don't think Del Rio was ready when he first got it.
I agree with Del Rio. I don't necessarily agree with Swagger.
Well, but see, my point with Swagger was that Swagger was an experiment.
Yeah.
So in the vein of that argument,
If you're going to experiment,
here was a good chance to experiment with a black guy, whatever the case may be. But okay, I had made my peace with it at that time. Okay, he's going to be champion. Let's give him a chance to see what he does, right? And you're right. He didn't do anything wrong. He was actually a pretty good champion.
Pretty good.
He had
Very
great
good.
matches. He tried to tell stories. He actually told better stories as champion than he
Than
ever
he did.
did.
Exactly.
in his
Yeah, for
entire
sure.
fucking
Yeah,
career.
absolutely.
But the reason why I was against Kofi being the champion is because he himself is not a champion.
No.
When you look at him, you don't get mesmerized by him. He isn't someone
Well,
that
his
you
chest
look at
looks
and you
weird.
go,
Well, and those dreads.
He's got the
Yeah.
Jericho
those dreads
chest.
flying.
He
Yeah,
has
yeah.
I think
weird
hurt him
chest.
completely is that when he became champion, they never repackaged him. He was still the guy from the New Gay.
Yep,
He's still
New
flying
Gay.
pancakes.
One of three
He
guys.
was
Yeah,
one of
yeah,
three
yeah.
guys.
Well, you could repackage him, man.
You
at
could
that
have
point.
repackaged. You could.
No.
You couldn't
Actually,
necessarily
not only-
repackage
If he
him. Just
immediately-
give him an edge. Make
No, but-
something different about
In
him.
order
You
for
don't
him to
need to turn
repackage, he would have had to immediately leave the group after he won
I'm
the
fine
title.
with that.
But
I-
they did.
You're the WWE champion.
I would
They
have
shoulda
made
had him feud
I would
with
have
Big
made
E.
Big E
Yeah.
turn on.
If
Exactly.
That's
Well,
what
they-
I want.
That's
well,
what-
they
that's what
teased it
shoulda happened.
so many times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that this match on Sunday will be Big E's coming out party, and I think that
What type of
the
coming out?
Undisputed Era is going to steal it because of a miscommunication between Kofi and Big E.
The problem
I
with
think this
Big
is
E-
his coming out party.
The problem with Big E is he's very injury prone.
That is a big problem.
So that's
Yeah,
that's
you
his
can't put
major
titles on
downfall.
him. Yeah.
So you can't put a title on. You can't put him in a major run because he's always injury prone.
But you gotta give him a
The only
chance.
reason why I said that you can, in spite of the injuries, is because a lot of the people they keep away from when it comes to championships and injuries are people who suffer from head injuries, the concussions, when they go through neck fusions and shit like that, because those are long-term affecting injuries.
Yeah.
He's
Shortening
blown
your career.
meniscuses, he's had leg injuries, he's had back injuries.
Torn
Backs
peni.
are bad, but he hasn't had a real serious injury that he couldn't physically come back from. At his age,
Changing his style up a
I
little
want
bit, not
Big E to-
diving through the middle
There
rope
you
anymore.
go.
There's
That's-
no reason for it.
Well, tomorrow there's a reason.
Well,
I mean,
here's the thing. That's all babyface Big E shit. I think if he was a heel,
I'm hungry.
that made the mic, by the way.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I felt that one.
rumbling. I'm
Steven's
hungry.
hungry. But if Big E turned heel, I think all that flippity flop shit goes away.
It has
I
to.
think he turns into monster heel. He just starts wrecking people.
He'll be
I just don't
Black
think he should
Lesnar.
be doing it. Period. Because if you're a big guy like that, you don't.
Also,
you don't
he doesn't
need
have
to.
the stink of a decade of mediocrity on it.
It's true.
Which is what Kofi had.
Yeah.
Kofi had
Stink.
Kofi had to overcome years of bad booking.
And if,
Well,
and
the
if Daniel
Jamaican
Bryan,
thing.
if Daniel Bryan's not the champion, that story doesn't work.
well,
no, right? Yes, absolutely.
It's more. I think with
need Whitey.
the problem with the problem with Coffee is that he had a shot.
Coffee.
You know, as the,
Coffee Kingston.
the main event push. Like he was at the right there to get a shot. When that feud with him and Randy Orton, that was right
would- yeah,
there.
that would have been-
So that would gave him the stink because it ended horribly that long. Big E's never been given the ball to run. So
False.
He was the
given
Intercontinental
ball-
champion, and he was the
Also-
NXT
Yeah,
champion.
but who
second
remembers
ever.
that?
He was the.
We do.
Well,
I
that's
don't
the thing.
remember
That's the thing. If you're going, the fact that we don't remember it is perfect, because when he does turn and people start looking at, because like you just said, there's not a whole lot before New Day that people really remember about Big E.
Yeah, they don't.
Which is fantastic. That means you get to pick and choose.
Yeah,
what
he
they
was the
remember.
bouncer for
Yeah,
fucking.
Not only do they get to pick and choose
Ziggler.
what they remember, he uses that as a point of contention
Yeah.
when he turns. Oh, before I was here, you forgot about this and this.
I was so highly touted. I never really lost the NXT title. It was
I
kind
was
of
just-
taken from him.
And I was just doing this with my friends because I could. I don't need this.
If
They
were
need
smart,
me.
They would do the kind of angry black man as far as saying that
Nation of Domination
Coffee
type.
wasn't a real black man.
But
He,
that's-
he didn't
but that's-
represent the black community.
He's from Guyana. Who gives a fuck?
I
He
think
didn't
that's a-
represent the black people. You let them play you. You let
Jordan
them take your
Miles
title.
jumped the gun because the Uncle Tom comment should have been for Big E.
Yeah.
Because
Jordan
that's
Miles
where
is
it would
a
have come.
fucking
I
idiot.
But nobody's
joined-
gonna remember Jordan
I
Miles.
joined the group
I-
because we wanted to buck the system. Once we bucked the system and became top people, why was it that you were the one that was chose for that spot? You were here 10 years before me and X got here, and you couldn't do it.
You couldn't do it. Yeah.
So obviously the reason why you made it is because of us.
I think it's a slippery slope to do something like that. While it might be creatively innovative, the internet would eviscerate the WWE for playing a culture against itself.
Yeah, it's not the time for that anymore.
That's
a good point.
I'm not
It-
sure about that.
in this
about that.
in
I mean,
this
the alt-right
day
would
and
love
age,
it.
Sure about that.
I see where you're coming from because
Yeah,
of the
'cause it's a-
sensitivity.
yeah,
sense-
it's
I
very
think that
sensitive now.
On
it's
the-
a very
on the-
fine
on the-
line.
on the face. On
Race
on
is
the-
a hot topic.
on the right, but hear me out on this. This is why I'm kind of not sure, because it all depends on how the babyface plays this. If you're playing this like, let's obviously Kofi's the babyface in this situation, right? So on the surface, it appears like almost like a black on black crime. It's like, okay, we're gonna have these guys going against
We
each
could
other.
have Martin Luther King versus Malcolm X.
Right, but in that would.
But
if
here's
you
the
think
thing,
about
you
it,
can't-
actually, that's a really good
You
analogy.
can't
That
if you
is
have
what I'm saying.
if you have a white man booking it.
No. But just
That's
hear me
what
out.
the problem will be.
Because I think that's the perfect analogy. Because if you take Martin Luther King and Malcolm X at face value,
Yes.
and you say these two are going to debate each other on the topics of the culture and of black community at the time that it was in the 60s and 70s, on the surface you're going to look at that and go, oh my God, that's going to be a hell of a SmackDown. Whites, Puerto Rican, everyone's going to look at this because they just want to see the two orient.
Yes.
As the babyface, in this case, Martin Luther King. He would relish in the fact, the first thing out of his mouth, I promise you, during that speech was, isn't it beautiful, even though we're contentious, even though we're rivaling, but isn't it beautiful that everyone in this room paid money to see us on top?
Yeah.
When's the last?
I'm not gonna hit him. He's my brother.
I said this on my show. I said everyone was making a big fuss about how they've never had a pure blood, 100% African American or African in general champion ever. Can you imagine the heads that would have exploded if Big E turns and they say, oh my God, it's black on black. Why would they do this? But the very first major pay-per-view, we'll say SummerSlam. First time ever in WWE history for the WWE Championship, two black guys.
Headline.
Ever.
Yeah,
Headline.
huge.
Last.
Yeah.
It's a black summer.
It's a
My
oh,
only
they
thing
would have 50 Cent doing the
Yes.
theme for the show.
is the
KFC would be a sponsor.
Oh, why's it gotta be KFC? Oh my
The
God!
I don't want this
Wait
show
a
to
minute,
get
wait a minute.
canceled.
I'm trying to get Jim Cornette out of here.
the
I was going to
sensitivity.
follow it with Welch's. I can't.
No, we can't.
God,
The
watermelon.
sensitivity of faux woke people.
Yes.
The moment they feel like a white person put words into a black man's mouth about the black experience,
Right.
they would go nuts. And they would never be able to tell that story.
WWE wouldn't care
No.
because people
Yeah.
would still watch.
No, but the people, not just watch, people would be talking about
Yes.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I
They
think,
like
people, I
that.
think people need to understand
telling
this.
you.
I think people need to understand this. And I say this on my show every week, and I'm going to continue to say
There'd
it
be
until I'm blue in the
protests on
face.
WWE.
You can be as mad as you fucking want.
You're still
Nothing is
gonna
illegal about it. I can say that shit
True.
until I fucking die, and it won't fucking matter. You tweeting your displeasure to me
still good.
means fucking nothing.
Because you're tweeting and you're still going to watch.
Because you're still gonna watch it. You're gonna wear Kofi's shirt to the fucking show.
Exactly.
It don't fucking matter. And
You're going
even
to
if
go
you
to work. You're going to talk about it. You're going to tweet about it,
And
post
even
statuses
if you,
about
and
it.
even if you didn't, even if you were steadfast, even if you were like, you know what, fuck this, I'm not going to watch. What always kills me on the internet, you got me fucking hot. I'm getting wrapped up. What always gets me crazy is the one guy who's upset and then goes on Facebook and says that we are protesting.
yeah.
Who the fuck is we?
It's just you.
Wait,
I didn't
is
get
that
a
another
fucking
dig
thing
at me
to-
with the Disney shit? I
No,
mean,
no,
come
no,
on.
no, no, no. I have been trying to get into somebody else about this. When it came to the
Process
this
in
is
the
specific.
No.
Do you
I haven't
thi-
dropped his name yet, but it's a specific someone else.
Do you think, though, and follow me here, do you think that the cultural sensitivity of it if you're calling that match and you're trying to tell that story,
Right.
that you may be setting yourself up for some unwanted heat, or do you think heat is heat?
I don't think there's any unwanted heat. I don't see how
Not
anybody
at this
can get,
stage, because
I don't see how anybody
you're
can
getting-
really be upset.
You're getting heat regardless.
You don't.
Yeah.
We're rational adults.
Right.
We don't see how people can get upset.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
people will get upset.
I
But
don't see how
what
people
I'm
can
saying
get
is
upset.
that
Well,
It
it's
doesn't
going to
matter.
end with a double
what I'm saying
assassination,
is
just like
that
what
for the
happened with-
people who get upset, use it.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Use
Play
it.
to them.
They're because the people who would get any person in their right mind, who would be upset about seeing two accomplished athletes, regardless of color.
They're not in their right mind.
But just follow me on this. Regardless of color, two athletes who have never, it would be a fresh main event because these two guys are hardly ever on top.
Personal issue, they're
who
friends.
have a personal issue, who would be competing for one of the most prestigious championships in the entire sport, right? If you have a problem with that, specifically because it's black on black and you feel that it's being promoted as a black on black situation, you're the kind of person who would get fucking mad at just about fucking anything anyway. So
Fair.
I'm going to cash the fuck in on your stupidity because there's not enough around you in your group to stop me from making my money.
Yeah.
People, they're making more money right now today than they've ever fucking made, and there's never been a
Saudi
time that
dollars.
they've been more criticized by their own fan base than right now. And they're still generating more money than ever before. They've expanded to a third brand, and they're creating performance centers around the world. There is nothing that Joe from Iowa is going to fucking tell me about Kofi and
What
fucking
you
Big
doing
E
ain't right,
That's
you
going
know?
to make me change. And the funny
What
part
are
is,
these black
we're
boys
skirting-
doing
we're
in my
skirting-
ring?
We're skirting around it. We're skirting around it. But let's go ahead and just say it. The whole Jim Cornette situation is a perfect example because he's in trouble every fucking week for shit that he says. But you know what? This whole thing about that stupid bucketed chicken joke, I saw more white people mad about that fucking joke over social media than I saw anybody else fucking mad.
I didn't think it
No
was
one
racist.
No
fucking
one
thought it was
with a
racist.
right
That's
mind.
why it
He
sat
was
in the
making a
can.
starvation joke.
That's
Yeah.
why it sat in the can for
Even
6
if it
fucking
was a
weeks.
little racist, it wasn't that bad.
No.
Even it
It's a
wasn't.
little bit, but
It's a
If
little
you
bit.
remove
a little, it's like a little
racism
pinch
from
of salt.
hilarity,
Yeah,
you wouldn't have any jokes
Yeah,
at all.
it
Well,
wasn't
then you just have to
that bad.
stick to sex.
Yeah.
It's
Heinous.
fucking ridiculous the way that people treat it. The over the topness, and it's not the only time. Just in pro wrestling alone, the cuckold storyline with Maria. Oh, the way they're treating him.
Yeah.
The
Bobby
storyline,
Lashley.
Bobby
Bobby
Lashley right
Lashley.
now going at that with the interracial relationship and the whole.
I don't mind the interracial
adultery
part. It's
is-
just taking too long.
this deal-
Like, just beat his
People
ass,
have gotten
move on.
past the specifics of the storyline and just gotten to the grouping of this sucks.
I never really
Just
heard
stop.
any backlash about the interracial
I have.
portion
I
of it.
didn't either. Yeah.
I have.
I'm surprised.
It's just bouncing around.
They were like,
Yeah.
BBC's okay with me.
But then again,
That's the thing, like the porn jokes of the Brazzers and the Black
yeah,
.coms
yeah,
and all that
yeah.
other stuff. It's like playing
Black.
off of things like that, right?
I try to
Anytime-
avoid wrestling
if we
fans
do,
on the internet.
if WWE does a storyline that they've done before, they get killed because it's being repetitive and unoriginal. When they go in an original route, it's stupid, it's overdone, and it's taking too long.
Yeah.
They cannot win.
No.
So
Because everybody
Why
has
not
do what
do
the
it
fuck you
anyway?
want to do.
Yeah, everybody's
because
got
what
an
ends up
opinion.
happening.
Fair enough.
The only time that I, as a businessman, I would change my product is when the product's no longer coming off of my shelf.
Exactly.
If you're going to continue to eat my product that I'm selling from my restaurant, but whilst you're eating it, you're telling me how shitty it is.
You're still eating?
I'm still going to serve you the same shit.
Gobble it up,
That's right.
motherfucker.
Gobble it up, motherfucker.
Fair
That
enough.
thing plays into your monopoly idea because that's what people are doing with Disney. Whatever Disney feeds up, these motherfuckers just come and just eat it up.
Baby
It
Yoda?
doesn't matter. Yeah, it's the new me.
yeah,
These
yeah.
people.
But I gotta say, The Mandalorian is better than that fucking Last Jedi movie. I'm sorry.
I've
I had
heard
to
great
go.
things. I can't
The
wait. to see.
Mandalorian is fucking amazing.
That's accurate.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
Big E would destroy all the Star Wars universe.
Oh, he
given the
would.
opportunity.
Absolutely.
We're back to the
Don't think
ladies,
he has
ladies and gentlemen. Three
Oh, your
champions. Three champions. So much women to discuss here. Raw, SmackDown, and NXT champions will be competing. Becky Lynch, Bayley, Shayna Baszler,
Brazers.
Shayna Baszler's. I'm leaving you for last this time. I gave you the seat the first time. James, three
mic down.
champions here. My questions will be separate.
Okay.
Who do you think goes over?
Who do I think goes over?
Yeah, who do you think goes over in
I
this matchup
think
here?
Shayna goes over here.
Agreed.
Interesting.
I think that they establish the women's division in NXT as the premier, the crown jewel of NXT. So that's where they come. That's where Becky came from. That's where Bayley came from. This is where we breed champions.
And she's one of the longest reigning champions of all time.
And the only two-time champion.
And the only two-time. Pombo.
It's going to be, I totally agree with him, but they're going to have her pin. She has to pin Becky.
Has to, yeah, no,
Has
that's
to,
a
yeah.
must.
Absolutely.
That's
Because
a must.
I
agree
think
with that.
Bailey needs it more.
Right.
But I think
definitely-
Shayna is
Shayna
more
has
upset.
to have it.
It's
and
funny. I think Bailey needs it more, but I think what she needs more is to not lose the match.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't
she
care
can't
who
be
wins it.
pinned.
She just can't be the one pinned, please.
Especially with that badunk.
He's shaking his head. He's already shaking his head.
Oh, my God.
He picked up the mic.
If I was Ming, I would eat a gigantic meal before Survivor Series just so you can space out all your shit breaks.
Yep, there you
throughout
go.
the course of
I mean,
the pay-per-view.
honestly, this on paper, this match should be amazing.
Should be really
yeah,
good.
yeah.
But I don't think Shayna Baszler needs it because she has an NXT title. Like you said, I think that Bayley needs to win more to solidify her heel turn.
Needs to win, but who do you think actually goes over in this matchup?
I honestly think Bayley goes over.
Wow.
Because got
I
the Fox,
wouldn't be
got the
surprised.
Fox behind her. Got to solidify the heel run.
I think it's the weakest division of the three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think she goes over. Baszler doesn't need to win. She doesn't.
You have to put it in front of you.
She doesn't need to win. She doesn't need to win.
I
She got the
think
title run.
now that they're going up against NXT, they're going up against AEW. They want to make Wednesday seem even more important. Where the women's division for AEW has not been very good or very well educating of their fans as to Joshi style and all of that stuff.
Right.
Shayna.
NXT is now the knockouts division for that time period where TNA was like, oh man, some of the rest of the TNA kind of sucks, but the knockouts division is leaps and bounds ahead.
Yeah.
But
So
I
they
feel like-
want to keep that momentum.
I feel like they already have it, and this win is not going to do anything more for them. I think they already have that momentum. I think they already solidified them as a really serious women's division. But Bayley's division, the SmackDown division, I don't think is that good. I think it's a little shaky. So I feel like
I think it's incredible. I think their whole premise is sweaty.
so. That's why that's why they need the good, solid win from a heel.
At least to build up their
Yeah,
championship.
especially
She's heading up the division.
Yeah, they got to have a solid win from her because they're the weakest of the division.
I think NXT's women's division's reputation is
It precedes
bigger
this-
than
yeah.
their current situation.
Yeah, it precedes
If
itself.
you remove Shayna Baszler from the NXT women's division, it's very bare, actually. There's not a lot of new people in that division.
That's why I think giving
right,
her.
But giving her the win would strengthen her. It wouldn't strengthen that division. Shayna winning that match is not a representation of the rest. How much longer is Shayna even going to be in NXT? She's been champion for over 500 days, two-time champion. She's literally tapped everybody in that division as it is.
Yeah.
I don't know
She's
how
their
long-
Brock. Keep her as long as possible.
Yeah,
Well, the
exactly.
problem, if you're going to keep her there and be the Brock, that's fine, but you got to start building these other chicks out.
Somebody.
Because I know Candice LeRae is going to be good, obviously, over time, but over time. EO is finally in her own little deal with that gimmick, but she's one of the heels, so she's
Yeah.
not going against Shayna.
She's in a similar situation as Bailey because who's coming after
Rhea
Bailey's
Ripley
title?
right now is probably the number one person. I know that Tony Storm's coming up. So they have some options here, but no one is as solidified as Shayna is right now.
Fair, but
Yeah.
same
also
to your
who's-
token, like for Bailey, like who's coming after her title?
Yeah.
Not a whole lot, but that's why I think Bailey needs that
But
win
it-
because Bailey
she
is
can
just
just-
as weak as the other one.
Fair.
She just seems like one of the chicks. She's just holding the belt.
Fair.
But
So
again, think about it.
You just
She
said right
wins.
there, Shayna's the Brock of that division.
Yeah. Yeah.
SmackDown doesn't
Doesn't
have a
have
Brock
one.
Lesnar.
Well,
Exactly.
they do. They just don't want to put it on Charlotte.
Yeah, right, yeah. They don't-
Not yet. It's coming.
We'll get to 16.
She's already at 10.
In time,
Yeah.
in time, we'll get to 16. Absolutely. We have a WWE Championship match to talk about here as The Fiend, Bray Wyatt,
Out of nowhere.
will be taking on Daniel Bryan in a matchup that no one's talking about because it literally just happened 2 fucking days ago. Whatever the fuck. They put this together, in my opinion, just because it's 2 people with chemistry that's just going to go out there and move this along. Where do we go from? There's no way The Fiend drops it now.
I thought
No.
that too.
Okay.
Until
The package
recently.
was great.
The package
When they were talking
was,
about the returning of the Yes Movement. Yeah,
was
right.
tying in the Yes Movement return and the fact that Bray infiltrated the Wyatt family and cost him so much.
Oh, Daniel infiltrated.
Sorry,
the Bray,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Which
to-
I was going to ask you about because when Bray was feuding with Seth, he did the whole "what you did to me" thing. He was very vague. It was like, "You remember what you did to me?" You know, like
Yeah.
the Fiend's coming after you because he doesn't forget because of what you did to me. He never said what Seth did. We never got to find out, but we do know
From the Shield.
we do know that, but that's a Shield thing. He's not very specific about that. Daniel fucked him personally.
Yeah, that's true.
And then he still has a point of
For
contention.
that one, he
Yeah.
had an explanation, but the whole that Yes Movement deal was exactly what fucked him over with the Wyatt family to begin with, and now he's
I think
he's
it's going to
truly
build.
picking a fight. I think it's going to build from here, right?
Yeah.
If this program goes all the way to Mania, I would be okay as long as the
That-
product could just look like this.
That's why I think that I wouldn't be surprised if Daniel Bryan sneaks one here. I would not be surprised.
But for the title, you'd put the title on Daniel Bryan at
Yes.
this point. No.
The
Wow.
problem-
Because here's the thing. It makes no logical sense for the Fiend to even have a title. If he's a supernatural
Yes,
horror
100%.
villain,
I don't know why they put a belt on him.
what motivation would he have to have a trinket unless it's to take it from someone? It should be a toy to him. He loses it, it doesn't matter as long as he gets to you.
Or
As long as he hurts you.
One of the ways that I was phrasing it the other day, the only good thing I can see with him holding a championship is that it's bait.
Yeah.
Instead of him hunting,
Spider did the fly.
Spider to the Fly. And
Yeah.
people will come to me if I've got this. I won't have to hunt.
Well,
They
Yeah.
haven't presented
Well,
it
let's
like that
just look
yet,
at
but
this
if they
match.
did, it would be great.
Yeah.
It would be cool.
Well, let's just look at this match. To me, Bray isn't in a heel. Okay, he's too cheered to be a heel.
That's
So I feel
It's
as
just
though
funny because he's doing a lot of heel shit. But
Yeah,
they love
he's
him.
doing- they love
It
him.
doesn't matter.
So-
yeah.
That's the fault of people giving great, really cool entrances and really cool shit to their heels and nothing to their baby faces.
well, yeah,
Nothing.
I feel as though
Hey, Shorty G's got a
Daniel Bryan is in there to put Bray over as a heel.
That's
I feel like he's going to get put over as a heel. I don't know if somebody else is going to debut and help Bray beat Daniel Bryan
Luke Harper
to
again?
step to like hoist his heelism up, but Bray needs to be a heel. He's not a heel.
I think I think the point of putting him with Daniel is for the heel thing. I think that's where the Yes Movement.
He's
part
trying to
comes in.
transfer.
because
Yeah,
it's
that's what I'm
it's
saying.
trying to
That's-
get the fans to remember. Remember when you really loved this guy?
You
did
really
the whole
love
year?
him again. You want the
Yeah.
yes, yes,
Love
yes.
him again because
That's why he started doing it at the end
Bray's
of Smack and got cut off.
Bray's like, I want you to love him again. That way, when I destroy him, it
You're-
will feel that much better.
Well,
Yeah,
then they
that's a
have
good point.
if they tell the story right in the match and have really cool spots and have maybe a slow and get the crowd going, and
Which
then
they
Bray
teased
cut
on
it off.
Friday.
He
They
teased
cut
on Friday. He did the
and
whole thing
Bray
and they
cut him
and
off.
they cut
Well,
him
how
off.
cool would it be if he's about to do that? He starts doing it, and somebody comes out of the crowd and destroys Daniel Bryan. Instant heat.
I don't need anybody else
I don't think
involved in
Bray's.
this.
I don't think Bray's gonna get over as a heel by himself.
If Bryan wins this,
You can
Mind
okay,
you,
yeah.
mind you, this is a man who, Bray Wyatt, is already a fractured psyche. How much more scary would it be now the Fiend has something to sink his teeth into? Now he wants revenge.
I just didn't-
It's just, I don't know. I have a
don't
feeling
think-
it's going to be Daniel Bryan.
I just don't think that
Just a
people
gut
are gonna,
feeling.
like treat Bray Wyatt
I
as a
think-
heel.
No, they
I
can't.
think
They
you
can't take him off because
can.
that merch is.
The only reason that they haven't is because they haven't presented it like that. If you change his presentation, he can be booed. To be fair, the only reason they're cheering the Fiend is because it's the first original idea in a long time that people actually dug.
It's
That's
the
it.
proper Undertaker
if you
replacement.
debuted the Fiend in an environment
It
of
is.
rich creativity,
I
it
don't know,
wouldn't have
man.
been received the way that it was.
Especially where your baby faces and heels are given equal production.
He's doing everything he's supposed to do as a heel. He's trying to be creepy. He's trying to do this. The only reason that they're not receiving him as a heel is because the baby faces are playing him like a cartoon. They're doing the whole shaking and the whole. You're a 7-time fucking world champion. Why the fuck are you shimmering at the same fucking guy you beat like 3 weeks ago?
He's
It
just
doesn't
wearing
make
a
sense.
mask now.
Yeah.
They're not,
Well, that mask
they're
helps
not-
his head.
What
Doesn't
made
get
the
hurt.
Undertaker special wasn't the fact that they were afraid. It was the fact that he made them apprehensive.
Doubt.
He was in their heads. The entrance, when people would be in the ring, they weren't pissing themselves. They looked stoic. They looked out of it. Their minds were on the details. And by the time he got to the ring, 6'9", 300 pounds, it overwhelms you. Bray has a
The
very
sit-up.
Yeah, Bray has a very similar setup to the Undertaker. The reason why he's being cheered is because he's not being sold by the other side, the way he's supposed to be sold. If a baby, like the way Daniel's doing it now, Daniel's not cowering to him. Daniel's not running from him. He was challenging him out. He's not afraid to fight. The difference is that whilst he's doing this, he's letting the audience know that he's taking Bray seriously. He's a threat when he's in his brave form, when he's in his fiend form, he's almost indestructible. Which was the real point of that Hell in a Cell match. I wish people would have understood.
It was a great finish.
A fantastic finish.
It was a great finish, especially the way it paid off.
Yeah, because the point of that match, well, if he was just going to get knocked out and then get back up and do shit, what was the point? The point is the match was fucking meaningless. That's where you lost. That's where they lost the fans. Because they always they cut everything down to wins and losses. The Cell was just for play. The point of that whole match was to leave Seth in a pile of his own blood beaten to a pulp, which is what happened. He didn't care. How do you stop if you can't stop a man's momentum, what do possums do when they're getting attacked?
Play dead.
They play fucking dead.
Yeah.
So they called the match while he was playing dead. Who gives a fuck? Bray doesn't care about wins and losses. He cares about one thing, torturing you to the point where you cannot leave on your own reconnaissance, which is what happened.
That's why I think the title means nothing, and Daniel Bryan's going to win.
That's why in this particular situation, you're absolutely right. The championship should not be on Bray because Bray's story has not been told for fulfillment. Hey guys, AJ Orsini here, and I am the host of Pro Wrestling's #1 podcast, Orsini's Uncensored Mind. How do I know I'm #1? Just gonna have to take my word on that. I'm Honest Joe here. I would not lie to you, and I'm telling you, 25 countries around the world here don't lie. I've been heard on every platform you can think of. I'm on iTunes, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher Radio, CastBox, Google Play Music, Listen Notes, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. You can catch me on all social media platforms, and you can catch new episodes of Orsini's Uncensored Mind every Saturday, 9 p.m. That's right, folks, #1 in pro wrestling. You have to believe me, I am a voice on the internet. All right, so Joe had to dip out here. He's got the Comic-Con thing going down, but we still got the three amigos here. As far as picks go for the WWE Championship here, as we just went through the whole deal here, I don't really think he should be having the championship in the first place. I don't think the championship is going to be a concern of his. I think he's all about going forward and causing as much damage as possible. I actually wouldn't be surprised if there was a title change, but I think because they went ahead and did it anyway, it would be foolish to take that championship off of him. So I'm going to go ahead and say that The Fiend walks away with the championship either through nefarious means or maybe even a no contest.
I just think he's such a hot act that it's not going to hurt him long term. So I think that they're, for some reason, going – and I don't think it's the right move, but I think Daniel Bryan's going to win. I just have a gut feeling that they're going to try and do some hot potatoing here.
I don't know. I don't think Fox is up with the hot potato. And I think, Fox likes him as a champion because he's a strong champion. He's just not a heel. He's like playing in the middle. So I don't think that – I think if Daniel Bryan would get the yes mover over a little bit more and get it back to the momentum he had back a couple years ago, then I could see him.
Maybe reclaims, revenges. He gets his win back from last WrestleMania when he did the favors to Kofi.
Yeah, I think he'll get his win back. So I don't think he's
to your point about the Fox thing, and here's the problem that we run into, is you can't put The Fiend on FS1. You can't put the Fiend.
He was on FS1
as Bray.
Oh yeah, as Bray. Right.
And where was he?
On the backstage show, right?
And he was in the Firefly Funhouse.
Yeah, he had
on the screen.
He hadn't done his Fiend form.
Well, he hasn't been outside of the Firefly Funhouse as Bray very often, and I think that that's because Bray. That persona is locked inside the Firefly Funhouse. That's his psyche. That's what they're trying to say. So I think if you're Fox, you find a little bit more difficulty promoting your champion as a horror villain than you do Daniel Bryan. But I think that ultimately,
but they've been doing good so pretty far.
Well, they've been trying to find a way, like the CM Punk thing, which obviously most people don't really care about, myself included.
I only care if he comes back and wrestles. Then I was like, okay, he's back.
I would care less if he came back and wrestled, unless it was against one guy, and that's Stone Cold Steve Austin, which ain't going to happen. There's no other matchup that I care to see.
You don't want to see
I don't want to see a 37-year-old guy who's been off for
41.
Very long. Sorry, 41.
Yeah,
he was 37
I was stunned
when he left.
by that. Yeah, I was like, I forgot that he was what his age was.
Who might not be emotionally invested in doing it for
I'm
other
going to be honest,
than a
when he
payday.
said 41, I lost. My interest disappeared. about him wrestling.
Who just came off of 2 embarrassing losses in mixed martial arts. In the wrestling world, you don't get credit for balls.
Do you think he still go though?
Physically, I think he can still do it. I think his style when he left was conducive to doing it. Had he still had that stiff, rough style that he had before, no. But I could see him going. You said Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's not going to happen.
It's
You're
never
right
gonna
about
happen.
that.
It's the only
there
one
is
that would
one
draw money
matchup
for
on
me.
the current roster that I would enjoy to see, but it's for nostalgia purposes. That's me being just selfish. I would love to see him and Joe one more time. One more time, him and Joe on a high-profile pay-per-view. Doesn't need to be last. Just a high-profile matchup with a nice build and a
If they
package
got the Ring of Honor footage,
which
and was
they've
able
done
to,
before, and the built-in stories over there, Punk never beat him. He only had that one win on the end when he was leaving to the WWE. But the story between the two of them is that no matter how great Punk was, he
Still
could
couldn't
never conquer Joe, and that it would be great for a build-up for a match here in the WWE, especially if it continued and Joe beat Punk again.
I mean,
And gave him a big win leading up to hopefully something. Because the fact that they haven't given Joe a championship goes back to your Big E criticism, the injury bug.
Yeah,
Every time Joe turns around, he's hurt again.
which is unfortunate because obviously Joe is a talented, and he might have. We were talking about this, I think, off the air.
Uber talented.
He talked himself into a commentary job in the future. If he wants it.
He's good.
He's so good. He's like multi-talented, and it's sad that he's injury prone because I think if he had a title, and I think he could be a big star because he's
big champion.
He cuts great promos and he knows how to
Makes
put
me
over,
believe it.
Yeah, he knows how to put it over a challenger. So it's sad, but I think that his time will come.
His legacy is there in wrestling. He doesn't have to do anything more to be a legend in this business.
Exactly.
But I think his second act will be with a headset on. I think he's proven that Punk and Joe. I think.
I think Punk will have another run. I think he'll.
I don't see it personally,
I think
I wouldn't. What I'm saying
what's
is,
the point to come back and not wrestle again? If you left on the top, what's the point to come back? There's just to be in the backstage. I don't think that's
to comment on the product.
no. I don't
I
think.
think his ego won't allow it.
I think he'll come back.
He's not able to do it at the level that he thinks. I think it's. I think it's here.
I think
it's
money,
not here.
I think money already talked to get him back a little bit. I think money's going to talk a little bit more.
The idea of him saying, well, I don't want to compete if I can't do it at the top level that I used to, I think for him is bullshit. Because I think for him, he always thinks he's on this top level. I think his image of himself and what he actually is always different.
Yeah.
Because even when he was coming up, if you ask anybody who knew him on the way up, which I had a lot of conversation with people that did, and I think Raven said it the best on an interview, Punk always thought he was the best in the world. But it wasn't until 2011 when he actually became the best in the world. He always carried himself like the best in the world. You don't get to where he's at without an ego. And I don't think his ego is going to allow him to be sitting next to Renee Young for the remainder of his career just talking about how great these other guys are when in his head and in his heart, he's saying to himself every single day, if I was doing this, I'd be way better than that.
Especially since people are calling out on Twitter for matches.
Steve Austin to this day when he does his podcast goes, oh yeah,
I wish I would.
I could do one more year strong right now, which is bullshit.
Yeah.
You would not be able to. But that's the ego, that's the
You
competitor.
have to
and
in order to be a guy on top.
Punk's version of it would be different from everybody else's because I think to some degree Steve realizes I just don't want to take those bumps. I don't want to put myself through that. Punk's telling himself, I could if I want to. And at some point, with all his friends backstage, a Cesaro, a Joe, just there's so many matches on the table where
Seth Rollins keeps calling out on Twitter,
which he's been playing with, and I'm sure there's a long list of guys that I'm sure he'd love to get in there with. And
I would like to see Punk Steen again.
Punk Steen again would be good. Punk Styles would be
Punk
pretty
Cena.
Good. Punk's would that be the
I
one
would
thing
see
that
that
brings
again.
Cena, or would that be the one thing to bring Cena back?
I think Cena's is.
I think
gone.
the only reason I think the record.
The only reason I would do Punk Cena again is because I think that was his letter of contention when he left. The fact that Cena was the top babyface and I was the top heel, and we did not collide at WrestleMania is a fucking scam.
As it should have been.
Because even if I would have been the guy for him to beat at WrestleMania, the point
which
is
likely would have happened.
WrestleMania should be the confrontation of the two bulls. It should always be the top guy on the babyface side and top guy from the heel side
and it wasn't
competing, and it wasn't. You gave it to an experiment, which failed, by the way.
And then did it again.
And then did it again. Several times, actually.
Yeah.
Even when he was leaving, he admitted, Daniel was hot. He should have been.
He should have been the guy.
And this is for a year that he was a part of. He's like, I was there for that, and I will admit he was the hottest guy at that time. It should be him, and they were doing it to him too.
Yeah.
They didn't want him to be in the main event. They were going to give it to Batista and Randy Orton, and he goes, that's bullshit. So at least that part's consistent, where he's just like, it should be that, even if it's not him. But that was always his point. So if you're telling me that Punk would go back in the ring again, but if only for Cena, I think it would be because
of
that's
that.
what it should have been.
Yeah.
And like run that back real quick.
It's a dream
because
match.
Just like when he said, he was like, when I was white hot, what did you do? You fed me to this guy. You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
Triple H. And he's like, he's always, no matter, people talk about the money and that's fine, but there is
Pride.
There's a little bit of pride in there where he's just like, if you put me in there with the right guy, there was no one more money than me. And you can argue it, you can debate it, but in his head, it's no fucking debate.
There's no debate.
So I think right now he's dipping his toe. I think the only reason he's not full-blown back is because the atmosphere not only hasn't changed, it's gotten worse in the sense of how much they control what happens to you, how these outcomes come out, how the match goes with their agents and shit. If you told Punk, if you gave Punk, listen, I'm going to give you 15 minutes, you go out there with Joe, just do whatever you want. I think he'd been down for that. They're like, all right, we'll put our match together. I'll give you guys killer promos. I'll kill your segments, whatever you want to do with the segment stuff. Just give me my 15 minutes with him, and then if they did that, fine. But if they're gonna go and control the way he does his thing, the way they were trying to do before, he's not gonna come back for that.
If it is not, I think it would only be for the main event of WrestleMania or nothing else.
But
if it is not the main event of WrestleMania,
the problem with that is
they would never give it to him.
Who are you putting in the main event with him? That's the only problem, because you're like, okay, Punk, we're going to put you in the main event. Who are you competing against?
I mean, I could see them doing it with
What's
The Rock.
a Punk main event match? Punk and Rock at WrestleMania?
I could
on
see
top?
that only
No,
because
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see that.
I don't want to see that, but I can
wanna see
see
that. I saw
any
it twice.
reason
It was
to
all
get
right.
any reason to get Rock back in. They want.
I want to see Rock versus Brock. That's what
I've been wanting to see that for
I
a
would love to
while.
I
see
think
that.
Rock wants it.
I think
And
Rock.
I'm sure Brock wouldn't say no to that.
Oh, Rock Roman.
The crazy part is people say Brock can't wrestle, and I'm just like, yes, he can. He just doesn't have to.
I was going to say, even if he could, he doesn't have to.
It doesn't have to.
You're going to talk about him regardless.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Nobody
so-
talks about Brock Lesnar more than people who
I
hate
think the
Brock Lesnar.
WWE needs The Rock right now because The Rock he's only got a couple more years before he's actually can wrestle on a good level. So I think if WWE's smart, it being in Florida, they need to get The Rock for a match.
For WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Brock this WrestleMania? Well, we got to get through Survivor Series first.
We got to. We actually have Brock Lesnar up next here for the WWE Championship. No holds barred, which is safe for Ray. Can't do too much as it is.
Yeah.
No holds barred. No disqualification. Street fight. Whatever you want to say. No disqualification. No DQ. All kinds of no DQ stipulations there for the WWE Championship. Lesnar defending against Rey Mysterio, the ultimate underdog against Mount Olympus here. I enjoyed this feud 15 years ago when it happened, and Rey can move.
I will say this. This is the meanest and most aggressive Rey Mysterio's been in 10 years.
Well, he has to be.
He has to be.
He has to be. Yeah.
Exactly. But
Like
I'm
Contra-Wrestle.
glad
Yeah.
that they didn't try
He's
and just
overcompensating, right? Yeah. But
give him a lead pipe. Give him everything. He looks mean. He looks hungry. He looks
It was funny 'cause
present.
the first time around when they feuded, they tried to make it an athletic contest because that's when Lesnar was a wrestler.
Yeah.
He with the tights on and stuff, and Rey Mysterio was doing his whole thing. So they were trying to make it work in a wrestling aspect. This is unrealistic.
Nope.
Has always been. And so for him to be hitting him with lead pipes and chairs and shit, now you got me. Okay, now I understand.
Now I'm in.
Now I'm in. And the no holds barred match gives them the excuse now of going out there and tearing the shit up without actually having to do a whole lot. Ray's going to get hit with shit, but to be honest with you, if I'm Ray, I'd rather get hit with shit than do all the shit I was doing before.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't need to do any more 619s and West Coast pops. Just throw a kendo stick at me and we'll call it a fucking day.
And I think it's going to be a mollywhopping.
Oh,
And-
yes. The catchphrase. I'm glad we got that in. Mark that down. The mollywhopping is in there. There it is.
I think Ray wins.
Wins the WWE Championship against Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series.
Yeah.
I will pay you $20.
I think his son.
Gentleman's agreement.
I don't even want him to pay me money if it doesn't happen. I will literally pay him.
I
20
think
bucks.
his son interferes and does some crazy athletic moves and causes Bray to get fucked up. Brock to get fucked up, and Ray comes in for the win.
I think I like where you're headed. I just don't think we're there yet. I think what they do is Brock mollywops
Well, how
Ray.
do you finish a no holds barred match? You can't do that.
He mollywops him, takes his mask as a trophy,
Oh, the trophies.
walks out with it as a trophy. Then obviously Dominic comes back to claim the mask. It's the prodigal son.
Yeah.
I think that's the route that they're going to go.
But why does he have to? Why, his pride is taken by taking a mask. There's no need to revisit the situation.
He's done.
Because he's already destroyed his son.
But Ray's done.
If you're doing this as a one-off, you can't take the mask.
Yeah.
As a one-off.
For them, yeah.
For Lesnar?
I think for Lesnar and Ray, it's done.
So Ray would, but that's what I'm saying. If Lesnar takes Ray's mask,
This is the
removes
end of Rey Mysterio.
Oh, that's how you would write him out completely.
That's it.
He's done.
That's it. This is the pass the torch to the son.
Oh, to the son. Oh, okay.
Because the son's going to wind up wearing the mask. Because here's the thing. One,
I think he will at some point too.
tradition.
I don't like
Two, WWE ain't giving up that merch money.
Vince has finally figured out. I know how to get the next Rey Mysterio now.
Just
Dominic.
There you go.
Get the actual next Mysterio.
He's too tall.
Well, no, that's the thing though. He doesn't need to be actually Rey. But if he was like, El Hijo de Mysterio or some shit like that.
I think he was going as Prince Mysterio.
Prince Mysterio. Oh, that would be dope.
I think that's what he's.
Oh,
what
'cause
he's
of
Can
Ray.
he? But has
Yeah.
anybody ever seen him wrestle? Can he actually wrestle?
Well, regardless of what he's doing right now, he's not where he needs to be.
He's not ready
I've
yet.
never seen him, but I can tell you right now, he ain't where he needs to be. Especially if he wants to carry the load that his dad is leaving to him, which it looks like more.
Imagine
and more.
he's like amazing. Like
That would be cool, but that would be him ahead of the game.
Yeah,
I think
he still wouldn't be ready.
I think with the Performance Center and the amount of people that are behind Dominic, because a lot of people at the PC have known Dominic since he was a kid. So if you want to talk about someone being protected and who will take his time and they're going to be careful with him, he'd be it.
So
if they can get another Mysterio out of actual Mysterios,
how a second generation.
yeah, another Mysterio 3, someone with working knees, that would be.
I'm sorry,
awesome.
third generation.
Right, because they did dabble with
had Senior.
with Senior, right? They did his uncle. That's true. They did do that.
So technically, it would be a third generation. What they could do is then they write off Mysterio off TV. He's done. Mask is gone.
Yeah.
By WrestleMania, you have Brock and the Son to reclaim the mask. What a moment that would be. A WrestleMania mask. He somehow beats Brock Lesnar. By some confluence of events. Maybe it's Ray at ringside.
I don't think
Father and son.
I don't think they give Dominic.
The
a
father
WrestleMania
puts
match.
the mask on the son.
Yeah.
Come on,
I don't
man.
think they get Dominic a WrestleMania.
I don't know if they.
match.
I don't know if they would do that at this WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I think over time.
There would have to be a huge build up for over a year.
I would love to build. As far as like receiving the mask, I would wait a year because I think what should happen is a lot of what happened to Ray. Ray didn't get that mask immediately. He had to
earn it.
I forgot what gimmick he had. Something butterfly. He
had a weird
told
gimmick.
He had some gimmick where he was like the butterfly or something. He was a kid,
Yeah.
He didn't become Rey Mysterio until he earned that mask. He had to, like all luchadors have to earn that mask. And if he's as traditional as he says that he is, he's not going to hand Dominic anything. Dominic's going to have to go out there and earn it. I would do at least a year of him feuding with whoever they're going to.
You tell that story.
That story of him wanting to wear that mask, even to the point where I think right before he does, like he has like this real. Let's say they do it at WrestleMania. So somewhere around SummerSlam, maybe even Survivor Series, he has this big breakout match, and Ray's like hugging him. He's proud, and he hands him the mask, and Dominic turns off the mask. Not yet. I'm not ready yet. Just build that sympathy up, and when it finally happens, and they have that big emotional moment, and
it
he
has
throws the mask on, and they put the mask on him, and that's it. He's the prince now, going forward. He'd be made. He'd at least be a commodity to put in whatever segments or whatever thing you need.
Especially if Brock
He's a royal
strips
blood. Yeah, that mask
Ray
off.
right off of him.
Yeah.
Right off him
And then
because
Ray goes away.
Ray goes away because
He avenges his fallen father.
if any man
sounds
deserves
good.
a break,
Yeah.
he's
We have
done
to send
more
this
than
clip
enough.
to Stanford so they can use some of this.
There you
stuff.
go, hire us. We're sitting here
It sounds
wasting
good.
our creative
It
genius.
sounds good. I just don't think it's gonna happen.
We're fairy tailing here.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is all
Fair.
stuff
I
that
just
we
don't
would do because we're very creative people and we know.
I
us.
just
and
don't
we
think
know
it's
everything.
Yeah. The reason why we're able to come up with this is because we don't work for WWE. Because if you
true.
worked for WWE, we wouldn't be able to come up with this.
Exactly.
Oh no, we'd be able to come up with it. We would
would
just
just get
not be
yelled
able to
yelled
do it.
at.
How dare you?
Check it out. unmask our most famous Latin wrestler?
You stupid bastard.
idiot.
You don't know about luchas.
I ate a bowl of luchas this morning.
It's a rich tradition, pal.
We have 2 matches left. Survivor Series 5-on-5 on 5s. That's what we're doing next here. This is the first time we're doing this, where we have 5 representatives for each brand, and it's 3 brands. So we're going to do the women first, ladies first.
Oh, your favorite.
Team Raw, consisting of Charlotte Flair, Natalya, Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Sarah Logan. Why is she on that team? I don't know. Team SmackDown.
Good she gets a payday.
Sasha Banks, Carmella, Dana Brooke, Lacey Evans, and Nikki Cross versus Team NXT. Rhea Ripley, Toni Storm, Mia Yim, Tegan Nox, and Candice LeRae. I'm going to start this one off here because we have a lot of workhorses as far as just not a whole lot of personality, but just decent in-the-ring talent. I can already tell you right now, because NXT, quote-unquote, is coming in as the baby faces, I'm going to point right here. Tegan Nox, Toni Storm, and I'm going to go Candice LeRae. You're going to get a large dose of those 3 women in this fucking match because they're just going to bump all fucking day
They're
long.
going to be working.
They're going to make Dana Brooke and the fucking Sarah
Lacey
Logan
Evans.
and the Lacey Evans look like fucking superstars. on
Lacey's
this show.
Evans is gonna really punch somebody.
Lacey, the woman's right.
Yeah, that was right.
That's right. They can get lefts too. And it's going to be, and then you're going to see a whole lot of those 3 women in there just bumping around. I'm not a big fan of when they do the 5-on-5s where it's mixed baby face and heel. But I guess because there's 3, you really couldn't
really, yeah.
They're just going with their 5 best or whatever. They're just going to roll with that. One of my favorite, I didn't get to mention this in the other Survivor Series when we were talking about previous Survivor Series. But I thought of this when I started seeing the teams form for these. I started thinking of, I forgot what year it was. I want to say it was 07 or 08 or something, and there was a Survivor Series team put together. It was Triple H and Kane, Rey Mysterio, Jeff Hardy, and some other person. I can't remember who it was, but I remember the whole theme of it because they were randomly put together. Was that it was Survivor Series. They were doing a promo, and Triple H was in front like this, and he was surrounded by the guys, and the person's asking the question, and they're like, normally when we have these Survivor Series matches, continuity, teamwork is always a question. How are you guys planning on working together? And they put the microphone in front of Triple H, and Triple H just looked at it, and he looked up at the guys, and they're all looking at him because he just spent the whole year
He's the only one, shitting
fucking
on
them
him,
up.
yeah.
He's been fucking with them all year.
Yeah.
So he looked at the other guys, and he went, look, Survivor Series is that time of year where we have to put aside all of our, feelings and all of our situations to get things done, okay? And he looked over at the other guys. He goes, look, I know we've had a rough year, guys. Yeah, I get this. My bad, okay? It's my bad. All right, all we have to do is focus on tonight. And then all the other guys got a chance to say what they were going to say, and each person said something really positive in this, and they all ended it with, as long as we can trust each other. He was... They just kept playing to the idea. At least that was smart.
Feeding
right?
back
that
into
was
it.
that was
That's
cool.
smart, though, because it's a
Yeah.
good, funny interview that we can all get behind, especially since they're the babyface team.
And you leave tension.
You leave tension, you leave a what if out there, and also it explains why the team would function in the fucking first place.
Yeah.
To have all of these people who were feuding on Tuesday and Wednesday now on the same team, happy, go lucky, we're going to work together as a unit. Makes no sense. Rhea Ripley is the captain of this team. I lost my page here for a second. Nope, she's not. Team NXT. Yeah, she's the captain of this team, of Team NXT, and her biggest rival of the entire year has been Toni Storm.
Yeah.
They've been feuding for forever.
Yeah, but it was in the UK, so
was
it doesn't
in the UK,
count.
right.
Nobody's watching.
UK doesn't count.
Nobody's
And
watching
they're
that.
hugging
Overseas doesn't count.
and they're hugging each other, all having a good time here. Same thing on the obviously on the SmackDown side. Lacey Evans and Banks are no friends of one another. Charlotte Flair and Natalya and Asuka and all these guys, none of these guys are fucking friends at all whatsoever. They've been feuding all fucking year long. And here we are, they're all on the same fucking team. So Jesus Christ, Grimmy Coast on the Christmas stick. What are we supposed to do with all this?
It'll be a clusterfuck, but that's what it's supposed to be.
That's what we paid our money to see.
It's a
5-on-5. Does that mean we work triple threat rules? Are we having 3 members?
It says triple threat elimination.
Okay.
So I'm assuming 3 at a time,
Are we
one from
doing
each
the
brand.
whole bell rings, surprise roll up, 1, 2, 3? They're out
Immediately.
of the ring, and then counter, and then there's like 3 eliminations.
I hope the
in
match
first
is
2
only
minutes.
like 5 minutes.
You can't do 15
You
women.
know.
You can do it.
I was just going to say the sentence. You can't do 15 women in 5 minutes.
Challenge accepted.
Challenge indeed. Except start the clock, motherfucker.
I'm ready. Give me a pre-workout.
I'm already halfway there.
Hold on. Let me warm up first. Let me get this started first. Once the engine's been running for a few minutes, I'll just get going. Some of these bitches are getting fucking road burned by the end of this. I'm going in and out. We're causing friction. I'm not even going to bother to ask who goes over. I'm going to go straight to the other one, which is who needs this win more. For the women's side, because we were just talking about the divisions. Which one is the weaker of the three? Who do you think needs this win?
I think if Shayna Baszler loses, the NXT women's division needs something. So I would go Team NXT. But because I said Shayna Baszler, I'm going to say Team SmackDown to your point of elevating the entire division, giving them something. You're getting more out of all of them elevating, maybe making one of them the sole survivor.
Who would be your choice for sole survivor?
Sasha Banks, because she needs something. Because she ain't got no steam. She's got Ryback steam.
I'm going to go with SmackDown. I'm not SmackDown. NXT, because I feel as though whoever was the sole survivor in NXT would probably be a good challenge for Shayna
Candice
Baszler.
LeRae, if I was going to say who would be the sole survivor for them.
Shayna Baszler needs a good match opponent. She needs somebody to fight. So I think there's nobody in NXT right now who they declared as a rival for Shayna Baszler, because they got to get the belt off the girl some kind of way
at some point. Yeah.
So I feel as though hopefully
they have to build an opponent for
her.
Right?
So hopefully NXT goes over and
so
whoever
wins. The sole
wins,
survivor of that team will eventually challenge.
If they're smart. They need to have a strong.
But they're not smart. No.
Yeah, I think they.
Toni Storm could work if she's the sole survivor.
If she's full time now in NXT, then that would probably work too.
But if she's going back and forth between the show that shall not be named because no one watches it, I don't watch it.
You don't watch
a couple of matches here and there.
Yeah.
If I'll see what's on the card and I'll be like, all right, I'll check it out.
We're gonna get to that after all this. I wanted to do an extra, so we'll do an extra real quick, and then because we're actually running through this pretty good. So I actually agree a lot with what you just said as far as the SmackDown side, but my reasoning is different. I actually think SmackDown also wins this. My survivors are Banks and Lacey Evans. I think they want to keep Lacey seen as kind of like an on par.
Yeah, but she doesn't. Lacey Evans really doesn't need a win. Like, she doesn't need it.
I don't think everyone
wouldn't hurt.
Someone's gonna
it wouldn't hurt.
It's up for grabs. Someone needs to fucking win this match, unless you do a 3-way disqualification and they all fucking tie.
Unless they just go Charlotte.
I don't think NXT needs to win, because I think NXT has the one thing Raw and SmackDown doesn't, and that's a creative team that can get their characters over. They don't need wins to get over. I think NXT can get their talent over on their own time. After Survivor Series, we go back to the brand thing. So they're all going to be back on their own fucking show anyway, doing their own fucking thing. I don't need Candice LeRae to be the survivor to get over, or Tony or Rhea. Same thing on the Raw side. The only thing I don't like, the only reason why I'm completely discounting the Raw side is because their team consists of the tag team champions, which is supposed to be the champions for all the brands.
Yeah.
And they're on the Raw team.
So
So they're not fucking winning this matchup at all whatsoever.
yeah, that definitely doesn't make any
Charlotte,
sense.
they're pulling back on a little bit just to cool her off a bit. Natalia got the win at Saudi Arabia. They're already tag team champions, and then there's Sarah Logan. So, no, gone. So I think I was going to mention earlier, and I said I would save it, and I'm saving it for this. The reason why I didn't make the pick for the Lynch, Bailey, Shayna equation is because just like I said here about the NXT women not needing the win because of their own brand and they have their own writers and all that other thing, that's the reason why I didn't pick for that match. Because the reason I think the SmackDown, I think, is the weakest division.
They are.
So I don't think Raw needs it because they're already built. I think NXT has its own show. I pick SmackDown on both ends. I think Bayley wins that match to look strong, and I think they build her next competitor strongly in the tag match because they don't have anything going on the SmackDown side as far as the women goes. Nothing. There's nothing on that show that is interesting at all. I don't think it's Banks per se, but leading into the Royal Rumble, needing a big time matchup for the SmackDown side, I wouldn't be shocked. That's why I think Lacey. But we're just mentioning two heels here.
Carmella's in there as well.
Carmella's in there, but the reason why I say Banks, though, is that finally, Bayley Banks WrestleMania match that everyone's been wanting for years.
Banks
with Bayley, that's the only problem. That's the only problem because Banks works extremely more effective as a fucking heel. There's no one else. Banks, Carmella, Brooks, Lacey Evans, Nikki Cross. If you want to do Bayley, Nikki at some point, maybe, but they've been running that into the ground as well. Dana Brooke. Do we finally get Dana Brooke to break out of her fucking shell and do something with it?
I like what she's doing with the flex appeal thing, and like she's
creative. She belongs here.
Yeah,
I'm
for
past,
sure.
I'm past the point of saying that she's just some bodybuilder that just whatever. She's pretty tough. All right, she's paid her dues. She's good to go, but she's not a top tier performer. So this division needs some fucking help. So somebody's gonna have to come out of this motherfucker and do something.
They're gonna have to shine one of these turds up.
One of these doo-doos is gonna have to be a yes at some point. The men's side is a little bit more complicated and convoluted to discuss. We have Team Raw with Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and Ricochet against Team SmackDown, Roman Reigns, Mustafa Ali. He's back to Mustafa. Braun Strowman, King Corbin, and Shorty G against a team of TBAs. Automatically, my gut says go with the TBAs. Obviously, TBAs. A team of vacants just seems unstoppable.
But I don't understand why they didn't just announce who it was going to be.
Because I think they're going to be surprising a lot of people with this, and I think it's going to be a bunch of shit that we don't want to see.
It's going to be Triple H.
It's
going to be Shawn Michaels.
Imagine.
It's going to be Road Dogg. And it's going to be...
It's going to be a Raw versus SmackDown versus DX.
Because I'm saying this.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad about that.
I would.
If it's entertaining, I think Shawn can still bump.
Who?
Shawn can still
Oh, we know he can still bump, but he can't bump as... Come on, he's not Shawn Michaels of old. Saudi Arabia proved...
They'll protect him.
Well, he was the best part of that match.
He was, actually.
He was the best part of that match.
Well, now we know why. A lot of people got injured from that match.
Yeah.
He was the only one still functioning. He was the only one apparently that worked out before that.
What about CM Punk?
Notice,
Imagine CM
not
Punk.
for Team NXT. That would be weird.
It would be a little weird because he has no ties to it. But if he's saying
it's
that would be good only if he's saying he's putting his stamp on the brand.
Is it TBA NXT?
It says Team NXT.
To be announced.
To be announced.
NXT. He hadn't announced the team yet. Also, it would be weird because one of the biggest reasons he left was Triple H, and for him to put his stamp on Triple H's brand would be fucking awkward.
Would be a little bit weird.
What about if somebody like from on a team like Raw, Kevin Owens is like, fuck it, I'm going to be on the NXT side.
I actually was going to say that. I believe the reason why they haven't announced is because we're going to see another defection. It's just a matter of who. We already brought back Finn Balor, but to be honest with you, that happened before the Survivor Series deal.
Yeah,
so
I think he's just locked in.
I don't incorporate that with a quote-unquote team turn. I think somebody from this match, either one from Raw or one from SmackDown, will be turning over to
and
NXT.
the likelihood is either it's Owens, Rollins, or Orton, because Orton has a history of being in the spotlight for Survivor Series.
I see Rollins because I feel like he needs something.
Well, let's not make a mistake. Randy Orton is the greatest Survivor Series performer of all time. No one's been in more matches and no one has survived more times than Randy Orton has, which makes him, which kind of sad when you think about it, that he's not the captain of that damn team.
Which I agree.
And he's already made it a point leading up to it that he's going to do whatever he wants to do when he wants to do it. That was the whole deal with Ricochet. He said it is, and I will RKO anybody I want, whenever I want. Just keep your head on a swivel at Survivor Series.
And if Hunter is the team captain of Team NXT, who's his buddy? Randy Orton.
Well,
who's his buddy? Kevin Owens.
And also who's his buddy? Seth Rollins.
Which is why I kind of like the TBA because there's some element of surprise to it, which has been sorely lacking.
The Survivor Series definitely got my interest peaked. I think there's so many things that can go left and right.
I know. There's so much unexpected shit that can happen. But hear me out on this. I think a lot of people, when you say maybe Randy Orton, people are like, oh, come on, he's not going to go to NXT. Think about this for a second, folks. There is not a pro wrestler alive who's lazier than Randy Orton. And I don't mean lazy in the ring. I mean just doesn't want to do shit. He doesn't want to travel. He doesn't want to work out. Full Sail is a locked-in venue for NXT. It's Florida. He doesn't have to do a whole lot of traveling. He can still be on USA every Wednesday night at 8 p.m., He doesn't have to go to a whole lot of places.
He would instantly be the top guy there.
He would instantly be the top guy, and he can do what he's already doing, which is putting over young guys and trying to get them built up. He's already doing it on his other show. Might as well do it on NXT too. If they're really talking about making this a brand, getting Orton over there would do both. It would solidify him. He could just sit there and chill, and it'd be a top star going against AEW. It would be the end of AEW at that point.
And it's completely fresh matchups.
Yeah.
He's never faced 90% of that roster.
He would slow all of them down, and he would make all of them even
pro
better.
wrestlers.
He would make them all pro wrestlers. I would love to see Isaiah Swerve Scott go in there with Randy Orton, because I think Swerve is a fantastic performer. He just doesn't know when to cool it off.
Him and Velveteen, a program between the two of them.
Oh my God!
Come
you know
on
he's gonna
now.
drop the F word at least 2 times.
Really?
Fag. He's like, wait, what?
Well, you can't say that.
Oh, I can say that.
Oh, we can?
Podbean's cool with it.
All right, faggot.
Do you mean that a bundle of sticks or a British cigarette?
My son's gay. He's happy as hell. Yeah. So we have it. So are we all picking NXT on this then? Who
I'm
going
gonna
to
pick TBA. I'm going
It's
with
hard to pick this one because of that TBA, not knowing that the fact that they're gonna keep it a secret until the last possible second.
Yeah, I'm going
I
with
hate,
TBA.
I hate when I have to bet against Roman because I'm almost always wrong.
Well, what the fuck has Roman done recently? He's been a nobody for about a year.
Well, he's
now.
also got this little side feud thing. This is all by design. They're going to start to like him again because he's not doing anything. And I bet you right now people are like,
yeah, they haven't been booing him.
I kind of like him now. He got a really good pop on Friday.
Yeah, he hasn't been booed in a while, yeah.
And Mustafa Ali, they're still trying to do something with him. I think he's not over, but he has a connection with the fans. So maybe having that team win, I don't.
Again,
Got to go with the
SmackDown, right?
TBA, baby.
The more you go over these matches, the more you realize the reason why we're picking SmackDown so much is because it's in such
It's
a
a
bad
weaker
spot.
show.
And which sucks because it's the one that's on national television.
It's always been the weaker show, though.
I disagree.
It's hereditary.
I disagree
It's
because there was
hereditary.
a time in 2003, 2004 where it was the better show.
Yeah, but for how long?
For
Short-lived.
at least 2 years.
No.
Yeah,
Short-lived.
better wrestling.
Short-lived.
No way.
Short-lived.
So
Maybe Team TBA, Team
I think we're all
NXT.
going
You got to go with
NXT on
TBA
this.
because you don't know who's going to be. And that's just leaving you to
That's
be is going to be
the
pretty.
big surprise.
The ultimate winner in all of this will be Randy Orton. Mark my words.
Oh, the big MVP of this whole deal here.
He will come out looking like
But it's Survivor Series. He always comes out.
Always
with the big-
finds
Even
a
when he
way.
loses in his matches, he always comes out on top. That would conclude our discussion here with Survivor Series. Well, this has been a lot of fun. Thank you guys for coming here today. We talked about some Survivor Series. We threw a bunch of other shit out there. Like it would be nice little YouTube extras. It'd be cool. Steven, you got anything coming up you'd like to put out there, plug and whatnot?
Yeah, check out Brooklyn Versus on
Yeah.
YouTube every Monday.
You were this year's season winner.
Yes,
Is that it?
the
Yes.
ultimate winner. I won 7-2. Sports and pop culture. I kicked some serious ass.
Serious ass.
Every Thursday, I am now the producer for Royal Ramble Radio. I've taken over the creative reins of that show.
Nice.
So check that out every Thursday at 7 p.m. Royal Ramble Radio, and every Monday Capital Wrestling on Fight TV. That's FITE.TV. Every Monday, new episodes at 6 p.m. and join us December 28th live in Brooklyn. Just a hop, skip, and a jump from here in Bay Ridge for World War IV as Colby Carino, the son of Steve Carino, takes on the Capital Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, the notorious 187 Homicide, in a feud, a titanic matchup, almost 20 years in the making. The sins of the father perhaps visited upon the son.
That's
we'll
right.
find out.
That's right. Mr. Ming, what do you guys got going on down there over at the old False Finishes?
A lot of Star Wars stuff coming up. A lot of Star Wars content.
yes.
A lot of Star
It's
Wars
coming
coming
up.
up.
It's
So
coming up.
Be on the lookout for that in our False Finish Productions. Other than that,
You just chilling, hanging
chilling
out.
right
You're gonna
now.
go spend some time with the baby
Little
girl
one.
later.
Turning 4 on Monday, so
All
Happy
right,
birthday.
happy birthday to Little Ming.
yes,
Lil Ming.
exactly, Little Ming, who runs my life. He's 3 feet tall, but runs my life.
Yeah, I know. Lil
Who
O
run the world?
Yeah, Lil O should be here soon to fuck my whole day up in a little bit too. Me, as far as what I got going on, I have this episode dropping for Survivor Series, and then we have oh yes, so I did Comic Conversation, which I mentioned earlier with Pombo.
Yeah.
The highest rated, highest views, highest rated, whatever the fuck, video on his entire channel, which means I am putting the food on his table right now.
The
guys.
draw.
So, yeah, apparently. So you guys can go check that out over at 2bscene.com on the YouTube channel and also on the website. And I am making the announcement here because while Pombo was here, we made some final decisions on that. I actually do have a date, but I don't want to announce the date until we get that confirmed with the place. But we're going to be joining up with WeWork right before I'm thinking the 21st or the 20th, one of those. We're going to do a live episode. I haven't done live in a while. And we're going to be doing the first ever Orsini's Christmas extravaganza.
Wow.
Yeah, we're going to be doing some crazy shit for that day. I'm going to try to have some guests on there. We're going to do a bunch of things. I'm thinking like one of those old school like ABC specials from back in the day.
With the blazers.
Yeah, and the reason for WeWork is because the setup is going to be, for the first time ever, it's going to be audio and video.
Ooh.
And we're doing a live stream on my YouTube channel for the show.
Oh, okay.
As opposed to
That's a nice
Facebook.
setup.
Yeah. So it's going to be nice, 1080p, everything's going to be sexy. So I have to actually look appropriate now for that episode. But it's going to be a big deal because I haven't done anything live in a while. And I know I have the Rumble coming up after that, but I probably won't be live for that because by the time that happens, I'll be back in school. So I can do the WeWork thing because it happens after all the school stuff is finished. I have time. So we're going to do a big extravaganza for that. We're going to be taking live calls. There's going to be a whole shindig. Okay, I will confirm that date hopefully by the next episode next week. But those are the ideas that I have. But the show's happening for real, so I'm okay announcing that. So that'll be that. We're gonna do a big extravaganza, and everyone knows that I'm not a big holiday guy, which is why I'm doing the Christmas thing because I'm gonna OD. I'm gonna give everyone as much Christmas as humanly possible on this one fucking show. So I may even have a musical guest. I don't fucking know. I might just do the whole fucking thing in a sweater, ugly sweater with the hat. It's going to be a whole deal. I'm going to Christmas the shit out of this.
Everyone's dressed as a reindeer.
Yeah. I want a slutty Santa, though.
Nice.
I want one of those. I mean, you know, that's what sells on the YouTube.
That's what sells.
That's what sells. I need someone's tits
After
out.
the first minute.
Yeah, not my wife's tits out. Those are for me. I'm going to rent some tits.
Rent 'em tits.
I'm going to bring some rented tits over
It's like
to the
rent 'em
show.
spoons from Martin.
If
I
can
know.
get
I know a good run and tit place.
Okay, well, they got to be quality tits, though.
Yes,
I don't want, okay.
they have an A on side.
Okay, all
outside
right.
the
Oh,
window.
okay.
Oh,
So the city's investigated
yes.
this.
Certified
that's nice.
pre-owned?
Yes.
Certified pre-owned. There you go. I'm going to give it back. They can have it back. I don't need to keep the tits. It's fine.
They do have late fees if you don't.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
that's
late
true.
fees.
I
Ooh,
understand.
I don't know
well, all
about
women
that.
come with late fees, but anyway, yeah. So thank you guys for being on the show. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for enjoying. Thank you for downloading, and of course, thank you for. I mixed that all up. Thank you for downloading. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking, and of course, thank you for enjoying Survivor Series Roundtable.
100 episodes, now pay him.
And make sure that you buy my husband's t-shirt at prowrestlingtees.com/AJOUM. Please, he needs this.
Listen to my daddy show. He's the best, so I don't know.